start. Hello, everybody. Here we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Residents of Evil. Thank you all so much for joining us on this Saturday as we host Resident Evil 1 with the brand new enhanced HD mod that just released with the original live-action Resident Evil cast themselves. We got Charlie Kraslovsky.
Hey, guys.
The original Chris Redfield. And we got Eric Pirius, the original Wesker. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We have some other guests that are actually going to be joining. We have Linda, Rebecca. We have Greg Smith, Barry Burton, and then potentially Joe White. Did you check on Joe, Andrew?
I sent him a message.
Perfect. And up above at the top, we got road team member Andrew.
Bye.
Corey.
Hello.
And myself. So thank you guys so much for coming by. It's going to be a very casual stream. We're going to be checking out this new mod with the OGs themselves, which is amazing. Thank you guys for being here. And we're just going to be talking about all things Resident Evil, whatever they want to talk about. We're actually going to be talking a little bit about Resurrection, our brand new fan series that's going to be coming later this next month. Next month, the crowdfunding goes live. Sorry, you distracted me.
Yeah, I just read the arrow.
Oh, I gotcha. But yeah, so the reason why we got these guys here is, well, to hang out and play Resident Evil 1, but also to talk about Resurrection. Now, this is the most ambitious... from what I know, this is the most ambitious Resident Evil fan project to date. This thing is massive, and it is very, very exciting. And I don't want to ruin it by trying to describe it. I'm going to let the one and only Andrew, the director and producer of The Keeper's Diary, explain what this next project is that we're actually working on. So, Andrew, I'm throwing it up to you. What's your elevator pitch to the Rose Squad and the Resident Evil community on what Resurrection is?
You build it all up to this massive thing, and then you tell me to give a tiny elevator pitch. All right.
You give it as long as you want, my friend.
So it's basically what these actors would be like as their characters that they played back then, only kind of now. And it kind of represents, their characters, how they're portrayed now in the story timeline of the Capcom games. So obviously we're not trying to step on any toes and this and that with Capcom and any corporate entertainment entities, but it's basically that. It's a story in the current day and age of the original actors representing the characters that they played in 1996 today, where they would be at, what they would be doing. And the story kind of revolves around Eric's return. I mean, he's in it, obviously.
Yeah,
so
the ghost from the past.
We are it's in the title, Resurrection. So he's coming back, and he kind of the team kind of has to deal with him, and we're gonna see what he's up to, what he does, and how the team kind of reacts to him coming back.
That's exciting.
And it's going to be set in a small town in like northern Mexico, kind of like a desert town. And we're going to film it. If we hit our goal, we're going to film it where I live in southern Utah.
Very exciting. We do have another special guest joining us. We got Barry Burton himself, Greg Smith. Greg, how's it going, man?
Yeah, good, thanks. Sorry it took a while to get on. I hope the sound's better.
No, you sound great. And that's
good.
Yeah, totally
Yeah,
fine,
I had
man.
to get on via my computer.
You're not getting swollen this stream like last, the Critical Drinkers stream, man. You were getting it while we were chatting about Resurrection, dude. It was perfect. It fit you and your character, Barry Burton, dude. You gotta keep being swole at all times, right?
I got to. Barry's just come back from the gym.
Yeah.
And, it's just been pumping on all morning.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. Well, thank you for joining us. And as Andrew, just said, that was kind of what Resurrection's going to be. We released a video explaining everything on what we're, building here with Resurrection. As a fan of Resident Evil myself, for years, I think this is something truly special for fans. This is kind of what I personally have always wanted to see. These guys are back, and where would they be today, right? And then when you got somebody like Eric as the original Albert Wesker returning, like, how is he returning? Why is he here? What's going on? That just sounds amazing. And the fact that we have the OGs themselves in it, it's going to be, it's very exciting. It's going to be amazing. A lot of very talented people are putting a lot of time and effort into making this possible, and we can't make this a reality without you guys. Just like The Keeper's Diary, that one blew my mind, exceeded my expectations. We crushed the goal with that, and we're going bigger here with Resurrection. So if you guys want to check out more on Resurrection, there is a video that explains everything on the channel, and crowdfunding drops May 1st.
If I may add one more thing.
Of course.
Beggy Beg. Addie, she wrote this. So if you remember, I had these guys out here, 2-3 years ago, back in 2022. And I just had this idea to make like an intro skit for when we did the interview way back then. And it was kind of like the first time anyone's reintroduced them to the fandom. But we went out, we did a short skit in the desert where Wesker was kind of waiting for Chris, and we had Charlie dressed up in a bunch of tactical gear, and Eric was kind of wearing a long coat similar to the game. But that was initially supposed to be the intro to the interview video. And I remember JJ said it would be cool as a standalone video. So that's kind of where it stemmed from.
Whoa, this was my idea this whole time? Holy crap, I take full credit.
Time, and then,
just kidding.
Take the credit. Take the credit.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
Then
Ray Burton himself just told me to.
Wanted to keep going with it, because life is short. You only get, we're probably only getting one opportunity at this.
Yeah, Eminem said it best, dude.
So I kind of came up with a more extended idea of that, and gave it to Beggy, because a lot of you in the audience know that Beggy is a fantastic writer.
Yes.
And she wrote this amazing screenplay based off of that idea. So it'll just be really cool for people to see what she wrote down and, what we're able to put on the screen.
Yeah, for sure. And I read it. She did an incredible job. I've seen the previs. It's amazing. I think you guys are going to love it. Yeah, and again, I cannot thank the original cast so much for all that you guys do for the community. The fact that you've returned, you figured out you were in one of the most popular game series of all time, and you returned, and you love to be part of the community. You guys are very open to fans coming up to you. You're doing conventions, and you guys are amazing. And the fact that you're going above and beyond that and being in this fan series, and Charlie, you being in, The Keeper's Diary, I think you're making a lot of fans' dreams come true by doing this. And I think I can speak on behalf of the community. We can't thank you guys enough. So thank you.
Aw. Well, it's absolute joy.
Yeah.
Most of the time. I'm really, really looking forward to this next one. I think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I agree. So just to kind of recap what we're doing today and to update Greg, I'm going to be playing the game. There's a brand new mod that came out that makes the original game look super clean. While we're just chatting about Resident Evil, Keeper's Diary, Resurrection, whatever you guys want, man. It's just going to be a very casual hangout stream here with the community. And to everybody joining, thank you for coming by. If you guys got a question for these guys, put it in the chat. I cannot guarantee we're going to get to all of them, and we're going to do our best to keep up while playing, while chatting. But please have patience with us. If there are super chats, we want to thank you so much for that. But we may not be able to get to them right away. If we're having a conversation, I do not want to interrupt. I'll come back to them, so thank you for your support. If you guys enjoy it, please hit that like button. Helps the channel a ton, and if we can hit 750 likes today, I'll gift out 5 members as our way of saying thank you. And the biggest thing that I'm going to need from you guys right away is to let us know how the audio is so that we're balanced. You can hear the game, but you can also hear us have a conversation without the game being too loud. I appreciate your guys' feedback on that. So,
can I
Greg,
just say one thing?
Yeah, of course.
OG does not stand for old guys.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Are you guys excited to see your live action intro here for this game all these years later in the crispest, cleanest quality that you can?
Hell yeah.
All right. So I guess with that being said, let's do it. Let's jump into Resident Evil with the OG cast. And Linda will be joining later at some point. Yeah, fashionably late every time.
I gotta send her a text. Did they AI upscale the cutscene too?
He looks like a young Charlie Sheen, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Still does. Just not as young, but still just as handsome. They AI'd
Tiger's blood.
What's that? Tiger blood. Tiger blood. They
Oh, yeah, I
AI'd.
drink,
Oh,
drink
sorry. Go
tiger
ahead.
blood every morning.
That's what Charlie Sheen drinks. Yeah.
Yeah.
If that, yeah, that's the key, man.
Nice.
Winning.
Adapt that persona. It's awesome. So they AI upscaled it originally for the Seamless HD project, but with this enhanced HD mod, they actually went in manually and cleaned up a lot of this stuff by hand. So it's like, you know, Capcom, from my understanding, Capcom's not really doing anything with these games other than they did put Director's Cut out on PlayStation, which was nice, and they made it available to buy, and they're on GOG now. But fans are trying to like just preserve them, basically. So this is like the best you're ever gonna see.
It just
the
seems like a
original
lot
game.
of things are just getting dumped down the memory hole now.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, but
And
what are you gonna do?
All right, here we go. Chris Redburn playing as Chris, obviously. I'll try to get as far as I can tonight. I can't make any promises.
I'm just curious to see how this opening cut sequence looks.
Me too.
I can't hear it. Is there audio?
There should be.
Alpha team is flying.
I just
be
got the
hearing the
I got the
helicopter?
YouTube I just got the YouTube link open,
We're searching for the helicopter of our compatriots. Bravo.
Not sure how you
but
would
I'm on my
enable.
computer, so I can do multiple tabs.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm assuming that everyone else can hear the audio, but I can't.
No.
But it looks really,
I-
really crisp. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really clean.
Yeah, we
I
may
can't-
just have to have you guys look. I don't know how to get the audio for you, but I can narrate it
Yeah.
if you want.
Well, that's okay.
You don't
Oh,
want
yeah,
that.
sure, go ahead. Yeah, no, do it.
Oh, God.
Are we allowed to talk during the cutscene, or do we gotta let it play out?
Dude, you guys, this is your show, man. Like, we're just glad to host you guys. Talk whatever you want.
I can sort of hear it in my head. You know, I've seen
Yeah.
it enough times.
You were there.
I was there.
I was.
We were
It
there.
really happened.
By the
Yeah.
river.
So I
It was
might
Bravo
actually
team's
go
helicopter.
try and
Nobody
find
was
the
in it.
location
But
'cause I'm in
strangely,
Tokyo
most
right
of the
now,
equipment was still
and
there.
a friend of a friend
However,
says
we
he
soon
thinks he
discovered
knows
why.
where this location is, where we filmed it near the Tama River.
That
So
would
I've
be
been
amazing.
messaging with him, and I'm gonna see if I can get out there and see if I recognize anything. I mean, it's 30 years later, so probably doesn't look anything like it
Probably
did
got all
back
those
then.
houses built up now.
Yeah, it was just like an open field with like an abandoned warehouse looking thing back then. So yeah, by now it's
7-Eleven.
yeah, it's probably like some huge office building or something.
Hey,
Awesome.
Dover.
It would be cool. That'd be really cool to go back and revisit the same location that you guys filmed this. It's a field,
Yeah.
so it can't change that much.
30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
30. There's a mountain there now.
Yeah, no, they probably built a bunch of stuff there.
Hmm.
I would think. But who knows?
So clean. Why didn't you guys save Joseph, dude?
Yeah, I mean, you know, just like
rest in
Star Trek,
pieces.
there's always, you know, the guy in the red shirt that has to die kind of thing. So
Yeah. I hope Richard doesn't die.
We're gone.
Yeah.
We're done for.
We have no idea what we're looking at.
that was we're looking at the helicopter going away.
That had to be the dumbest.
The dumbest what?
I mean, I don't know. I just wish they would have reshot that or something. It just, I don't know.
Maybe the fact that they didn't though, like it just hit right. Like, because if you look at it, you're like, yeah, reshoot that. But because they didn't, maybe that like added to it, right? I think that's what.
Suppose.
Yeah.
We don't know where Barry is.
Greg, where are you, dude? They can't find you.
Chris Redfield.
What?
We don't know where Barry is. That's what it said.
The whole
Yeah.
generation of smokers because of you, Charlie.
I guess, yeah, I finally quit. But yeah,
Barry Burton.
That's a handsome looking dude.
Rebecca Chambers.
Handsome young man. right there.
Yeah, she's really happy to be thrown into this, dude.
Wesker.
See if
Eric
there's
still
any
as cool as ever.
questions.
Resident Evil.
Are there any
Resident Evil.
Nailed it. All right, we're going into the mansion now, guys. This is my time to shine. I hope I don't crack under the pressure. Just don't watch me play, please. Look the other way. I can't play when you're watching.
I don't know what
What happened?
Barry, where's Barry?
Well, I'm sorry, but
So, what are you guys looking most forward
What
to
is
with
that?
this
I'll go
project
and
if we
check.
hit our crowdfunding goal?
okay. Jill and I
Greg,
will
Eric,
stay
Charlie.
in the hall in case of an emergency.
Just catching up with each other again.
Yeah.
That's always fun. We seem to have a good
Take
time
care.
together. And being directed by you, Andrew, that's going to be the highlight for me.
Oh, that's the one thing I would like the least.
Yeah. It's good to see the guys, and I love to listen to Greg crack on about his hedonistic exploits.
You know, I would really love to be able to do some of the action stuff myself, although I know that's pretty far-fetched. So I'm really excited about seeing the stunt people do their stuff, and then I want to be able to step in there just in the right, shot where whatever it is, like Eric's like nailing me in the face or whatever. Like looking forward to doing like the physical stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, come to think of it, I am a little curious about that. When Andrew said, hey, can you get a heavy bag and do a roundhouse kick and a straight on kick and a this and a that punch? And, and I'm like, oh, sure. Yeah, I have that repertoire just right here. So, I mean, hopefully I can do it. But then he assured me I have a stunt double. So I'm guessing I'm thinking, call me crazy, I'm thinking there's going to be a fight scene, Andrew. I don't want to be a spoiler here, but
Yes, there will be. I mean, I cannot not have you guys together and go at each other.
right.
That would be a missed opportunity right there.
Even when we get them together in person, they try to fight each other. I think these two got something going on between each other.
Yeah.
He picked a fight.
Yeah.
Wesker picked a fight up in Iron Mountain, didn't he?
Yeah, you guys threw
Yeah.
down on the set. We haven't released that yet. People are gonna be shocked.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay.
I think
That's good to tease that.
I think did I send you? I think I sent you his picture, your stunt double.
I did see a picture of
Yeah, I
Eric's
think I
stuff
got.
double.
Yeah, I got one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw
I
a
could do
little
his
bit
own
of
stunts.
I saw a little bit of video of them like practicing, and yeah, they look like they really know what they're doing. So it's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
My stunt. Oh, I thought that was a joke. You sent me this Hunchback of Notre Dame. I didn't know what.
What?
What are you talking about?
My stunt double. No,
Oh.
I have no idea what I'm saying. Actually. Hey, Andrew, why don't we do like? Can we have one like out of seat? Look at the camera, like, not Monty Python, but some kind of like non sequitur kind of, like a not cameo, but like like some kind of
Breaking the
Frank,
fourth
not
wall
just-
kind of thing.
yeah. So we drop character for just a second, and we say something about Raccoon City, and then go back to fighting.
I mean, we can. I just don't know if it'll make the cut.
Camera angles changed.
It'd be like Deadpool.
Right? Yeah, something like that, right?
Be on the floor, on the cutting room floor.
Wham, bam. Charlie's not wearing underwear.
Yeah,
Right?
we
I
can
mean-
have two different cuts.
Who's that?
It's,
Yeah,
it's the PG-13 cut and then the X-rated cut.
Yeah.
we can have the Andrew cuts and the idiot cuts.
As they got each other in the headlock going, oh, what aftershave is that? It's really nice. I love your aftershave. Don't smell my neck again.
Bam, bam. Hey, is that a flip phone? Bam, bam.
Flip phone.
I could see Greg having one stipulation for a resurrection, that he gets to fight a kangaroo. That would be the best.
What is it?
That would be good.
What?
I'll tell you what, Greg. I'll go to our state fair here
Sorry,
in Minnesota.
I
It's
didn't
a
mean to do that.
big deal,
You're
and I'll
Wesker from the
shoot
Bravo
bullseyes.
team.
Being an assassin, obviously I can do
Yes,
that.
I'm Rebecca. Rebecca
And I'll
Chambers.
win. There's
I'm a
these
newcomer. I
like
just
damn near
joined the
life-size
Stars Bravo
kangaroos
team
you
last
could
month.
win,
Whoa.
and I'll bring it.
I'm really
And
sorry. Are
you know,
all right?
that can be
Wrestle
your
a kangaroo.
I'm
Right.
Chris Redfield from
Probably
the Alpha
win.
team. Are you the only person here from the Bravo team?
Either that or can
Well,
provide some
because
comfort
the
in the
helicopter
cold
may have
evening.
forced landing.
Yeah.
I just ran
I
into
share a
this
room with
house
Charlie. He
anyway,
does that.
Maybe in the
There's
present
nothing
day
else
there
to
could
do
be a
down here.
character
It's good
that's
you're
a
here.
kangaroo, but
Yeah.
it's like he's a talking kangaroo and he's like
A
a STARS
zombie
member,
kangaroo.
and he's kind of like the Jar Jar
But
Biggs of our
it's
universe,
strange.
maybe.
I hate
Oh,
that.
God.
Sir, after recently,
Good try though.
something went wrong with the engine. And it
So
was
that's
such a
up
short
next.
flight.
You like the way we're rewriting the script for you, Andrew?
Yeah, dude, we're making our own resurrection. This one sounds way
You
cooler.
actually made me into a comedy. Like, if you part of a comedy, Andrew, you could get a whole new niche, Resident Evil comedy.
Hey, it's Beggy's script. It's not mine.
And,
Yeah, take it up with her. Trying to see if there's any questions in the chat.
Wouldn't change Becky's script. My dog loved it.
Yeah, your dog really liked that script. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom really quick. 2 seconds.
Make sure you don't take your mic with you.
So, Greg, tell
Yeah.
me about your new Sportster. When do you take delivery?
I don't know. I've got to put the deposit on it today. Yeah, I'll take delivery in a week or so. It's
so what
not
we're
a
talking
sports
about
store,
is Greg sold his Harley and now he's getting a smaller one. Just so the audience knows what we're talking about.
Oh, they can't.
yeah. I sold my very big Harley and getting a middle-sized one.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's a nice one. It's called a Sport Glide. So it's still got panniers and that if you want to travel, but you can take them off and strip it down to a town bike. And it's got a bigger motor than the one I had before. So it's like it's 200 pounds lighter, and it's got a bigger
What year
motor.
what year was your old one?
Yeah. Well,
What year
that
was
was that was a 215. It looked like brand new because I looked after it, and yeah, got a good price for it, and it was sad. It was a 103 motor, 103 cubic
What
inch.
should I do now?
Well, this one's 107 and a lighter
You
bike,
allowed to
so it'll
search
probably
for
have a
the
bit more
other
power.
members? How about
Yeah.
letting me come with you?
And
Thank
only for
you
Going
for
for
buying
black.
American.
All right.
yeah. Well,
let's
actually,
do
it's made in Thailand.
Yes, sir. I'll do my best.
Oh, really?
Ostensibly.
They make Harley Davidson in
Would
Thailand?
you like to
Yeah.
go
Well,
ahead?
apparently for the Australian market
Huh.
and the Asian market, it's cheaper to make them in Thailand and for transporting and that.
Interesting.
Don't have to transport them from America. So yeah, it's made in Thailand.
Yeah.
American know-how.
Yeah, I think Harley sales are way down in America.
Oh, they're down
unfortunately.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
they kind of lost their mojo. They didn't keep up with market trend. They just were
Oh.
kind of resting on their laurels, you know, and then just got stale.
yeah. The other thing too is the demographics of the people who ride them. They get old and stop riding, like, and
Right.
it's not being replaced by younger people.
Yeah.
And they just sacked the CEO, or he's retired, or quit.
Yeah.
And he came from, he didn't have a motorbike background. He had something else, and it didn't wash with the people. I thought, anyway, we'll see what happens. But
Yeah.
I could have a collector's item if they go broke.
How's the game going, incidentally?
I don't know. I think it's going all right. So far, so good. We'll see how it goes. I'm horrible at multitasking, though, so I'm just listening to your guys' conversation
Right.
while I'm playing and trying not to die.
So can you hear the game
Yes. Yeah, it's coming through for me,
We're not sharing the audio.
in your headphones?
but it won't let us actually share the audio for some reason. I'm not 100% sure why. We tried to sort it earlier, but unfortunately, we'll just have to have you guys talk and watch, but you just won't be able to hear it.
I'm looking forward to Bryce Canyon too, Andrew.
Oh man, I don't think we're gonna have a second's time to do anything.
No, aren't we filming there or something?
We're filming in and around where I live. I just don't think we're gonna have time to go out and do fun stuff.
If you shoot really good and fast, then we will. You just got to get really good at being a director.
Yeah, the
How
schedule.
many times do you have to shoot the zombie?
1,000. It's like 5 or 6 to put them down, and then another 2 to 3 to kill them. For some reason, it feels like they're more difficult in the original game than in 2 and 3.
Oh, there's less of them.
There's less,
I think
yeah.
that's what it is.
They're Japanese zombies. They're raised on soy milk and
That's how you get strong, dude. Soy
Yeah.
milk creates muscles and strong bones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dang, man, I got ripped off. I just been drinking that American 2%. Just gave me a big tummy. That's all. Oh,
So when is your guys' next convention that you all go to?
So I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's in July, for Eric and I. I want to say maybe it's like July 12th, something like that,
In Dallas?
in San Antonio,
San
Texas.
Antonio, yeah.
And that's the Umbrella Con.
ooh, that's cool.
And
Can't read.
I'm trying to remember the guy. So the guy who played Wesker in the movies,
Yeah.
will also be there.
That'll be cool. He got killed by a door.
I don't really think that's that big of a deal.
Yeah, no, I agree. He got killed by a door, right? There's a way cooler Wesker, and he's here with us right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
screw that guy. Just kidding. I would like to meet him one day.
Moonlight Sonata.
And I guess it's
I'm just kidding.
like it's in a shopping mall, and like it's the entry is free. It's like
Really?
we're just going to be there at a shopping mall. So anybody that just happens to be there, you know, is you know, maybe going to be like, oh, look who's here.
Holy crap.
Oh, look
and
who's
then
not here. Barry's not here.
right. And then like people in the area that want to come see it, you know, they all get to get the entry for free. So it's kind of cool. It's like just a smaller one, I
Interpretation
believe.
is off a little.
That is cool. You can go get your shopping done on your breaks,
Chris, may
then
I
come back
talk to you
down
for
and
a
just
while?
hang out. And yeah, I think that'll be fun.
Barry?
See? Just relax
And
play.
I think
All
the
right.
other one that's confirmed for sure is Kuala Lumpur in November. What is it, like November 8th, I think? 8th and 9th,
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
And that's all three of us
Oh, okay.
in Malaysia.
Yeah. Asia Pop Con.
Yeah, Asia PopCon.
That's gonna be fun. Is Linda doing conventions with you guys yet, or does she want to?
No.
Nah.
I think
Linda.
she's, you know, she's been thinking about it, but yeah, I
Okay.
think she's still hesitant.
I see. So maybe down the road she will.
I hope so. That
Yeah.
would be a lot of fun.
Maybe one
So-
day Inez will freaking come back. That's all anybody talks
Yeah.
about. Is the last piece of the puzzle.
I doubt
Yeah.
that.
No, I know. Just kidding.
Barry, you know, since you aren't going to be in San Antonio, maybe you could deputize Chris and I to act in your stead. We can do the berry sandwich thing.
Well,
Right.
You know, what do you think?
Yeah, go for it.
It's all yours, man. We could do the berry sandwich instead of. It would be great, but I don't know if it'd be the same without Greg there.
No, it wouldn't
I
be.
think-
No, actually, Greg is he's a lively guy. He brings a lot of energy and makes people smile, and
Yeah,
it'll be different without him around. That's for sure.
yeah.
I think, aren't we supposed to go to Portland again too this year?
Hopefully. Hans, we're waiting on Hans.
Hans Gruber.
Yeah, get it
Hans
together,
Gruber.
Hans Gruber.
Hans and Franz.
Make it happen.
Hans Gruber, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? I think it's in October this year, though, right?
It's moved back,
September?
yeah. It's moved
Yeah.
back to beginning of October, middle of October.
That was a
Hopefully
really fun
Hans.
time.
Yeah, that was good fun.
Yeah, we had Andrew there. JJ was there. JJ brought his family. It was like really, really good time.
Yep, brought the old ball and chain. It was fun. That was a really cool experience, and my daughter loved it. She thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
She was actually overwhelmed when we got there, and I was too, because I didn't realize it was as big as it was. There are so
Yeah,
many
that was
people
really
there.
fun.
It was big, wasn't it?
Yeah, you guys had a really cool setup too.
Couldn't believe how many people on the road. You know, when they had the fire alarm and everyone had to get out.
Oh, I
How
forgot.
many
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
were
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about
It was
that.
just packed.
That was stupid. God, who did that?
I was in my hotel room and I just watched people piling out, and all I could think was, "Thank God I'm not in there right now."
Yeah, I
Oh,
actually
good
got
eye, right?
some more people came to the booth after that because they saw me walking down the sidewalk in my costume, and they're like, "Oh my God, great costume!" I'm like, "No, I'm the guy," and then they're like, "What?" And so then they came and got autographs from me after
That's
the fire alarm was over.
That's cool. What I guess a question for you guys, because you've been doing so many conventions lately, is like, what is your favorite experience doing these Resident Evil conventions, meeting the community? Is there like a standout moment that you really think about?
I know what Greg's gonna say.
Yeah.
Well, you can say it for me.
So,
I choked out a fan or something.
Which one was that? That was was that the one in Milwaukee, Greg?
Which?
Where we had that moment with the mom and daughter.
Oh, that's the one. You got it. Exactly.
Yeah, I'll let you tell it. It's your thing.
Oh, there's just this little girl, and she was when we were doing the interaction, the talk. We did a session, like what would you call a question answer presentation
Panel, I guess.
panel, I suppose. Yeah, and she had the best questions. She's such a lovely little girl, and she was only 11, and she got into it because of her mum. And her mum had got her right into it, and she was just it was just good fun. It was just really good fun. We got up on the stage and put her in centre photo with us and everything, and yeah, it was great. But
That's cool.
sitting in the Batmobile was a big thrill too. Even though I had a barrier moment sitting in the 1967 Batmobile. So that was a big moment. Lots of good fun things happen at the cons. They're just good fun.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. The other interesting thing is all these little weird things happening. Like we're doing a private tour this year. I'm going to Istanbul on holidays with my wife, and we're ending up in Athens.
Okay.
And started talking to the guys in Athens at the Hellenic Resident Evil group. And they're going to catch up with us for dinner one night.
Oh, that was great.
That'll be fun.
And they're really excited because they've never had anyone from Resident Evil before visit Greece. So we get to have like a night with them, and one of them's a tour guide, and I want to take you everywhere. All these kind of things. It's really good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Just all those experiences that you just wouldn't normally get.
Yeah.
Are there, and it's good fun.
Very cool. Yeah, I get to go meet fans, get to go to a new area, and then a tour guide on top of it. Like, that's perfect. It's like a vacation plus a meetup and,
yeah, just a chat.
hang out.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll go. No, they're going to, like, I really want an authentic Greek dinner, not a tourist Greek dinner. An authentic Greek dinner. And, yeah, so they're organising that at a local restaurant and whatever else. So that'll be fun.
Very cool. Very cool. Enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, so haven't found any fans in Istanbul or Hanoi. We're in Hanoi in June, and I haven't found any fans in Hanoi.
You're intentionally looking at locations you want to go, and you're like, are there any fans here? That's cool.
Greg, you gotta learn how to say Resident Evil in Turkish. That's the trick.
Oh, the dog's found someone. I just got someone at the door. I'll just be a second.
All right.
Don't answer the door. It can't be good. It can't be good.
Don't
It's a
open
Jehovah's
that
Witness.
door.
I just picture him out in the outback somewhere, and there's this,
I got you.
craven
Quite a
lunatic
bit.
showing up, and
It's like a
thank
bag.
God for his big dog. But he probably lives in the regular suburb, I imagine.
Crikey!
I think it's like a beach town, isn't it? Where he lives, maybe. I think so. Not sure.
Yeah, he set himself up pretty good, traveling all over the place.
You probably got questions in here.
There is a couple I did.
Well,
see.
last time he was driving, so now he's hosting people,
Right.
which is cool. I feel
Yeah.
like I should be doing something like bike. I don't know, something.
We're gonna catch up. We got a ton of support, so we're gonna catch up on that real quick. And some of these have questions, so when we get a question, we'll pitch it over to you. Corey, I'll give you the mouse so you can kind of scroll through that while I play.
All right.
Cool.
We got Joaquin Garcia. Welcome to Row Squad Alpha Team.
Hey, thank you for becoming a member.
Thank you, Joaquin. We got Yova Rods, the $5 super chat.
Thank you, Yova.
Hi, JJ Row Squad and the REOG cast. Welcome. Always great to see you all together again.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Yova. We got Darth Raven with a $2.
Thank you, Darth Raven.
Looking good, JJ, after that shaving.
I feel so exposed. They did this to us. Corey got dodo bird hair, and
Not
I
showing it.
had to shave my hair because we had an epic stream last night, and we set some challenges, and we hit them, so now I'm naked.
Thank you, Darth. Then we got Joaquin Garcia with the $5.
Thank you, Joaquin.
The OG
Joaquin.
legendary Resident Evil 1 cast.
dude.
Awesome.
Hanging out with us, just chatting, shooting the shit, and playing Resident Evil. Doesn't get better than that.
Hell yeah, dude. Then we got Quentin Barrow, member for 28 months on Row Squad Bravo.
Thank you for over 2 years.
Thank you, Quentin. Sebastian, aka Thunder, member for 2 months on Bravo.
Thank you for the continued support.
Hi.
Hi.
Who do you go with a €2?
Euro. Yeah, thank you, Petey.
I almost said pound. Many of us have grown up with your voices.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
They're not the voice actors.
That's true. Good point. Good point. Oh, man, this is a mess. No, just kidding.
Don't ruin the story, Andrew. Come on.
Give them their money back.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pooney. And then we got Eidos, member for 10 months on Row Squad Recruit.
Thank you for almost a year.
Thank you. Sebastian, aka Thunder, with 10 PLN.
Thank you.
Can you greet my friend Rafal?
Rafal.
Yeah.
Raffle.
Raffle?
Get it right. It's raffle.
Raffle.
Being yelled at. Idiot. Greetings, Raffle.
Greetings,
Raffle.
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 Ticket raffle. And then we got Bio Musashi, 98. Welcome to Alpha Team.
Hey, the winning team. Thank you for becoming a member.
And Lisa L. Joe gifting out 5 Resident Evil memberships.
After last night, we're still getting gifted. Brother, bro, baby. Thank you for that very generous support.
Right, Musashi-san, yeah.
Heck yeah.
A couple more. We got Giggle Cabbage with a 10.
Thank you, Giggle.
I'm glad to see you guys here tonight.
That's a great name.
Yeah,
It is.
I like it too.
I'm glad to see you here tonight. Thank you for being a big part of our childhoods growing up. Couldn't ask for a better group of people to spend my weekend with.
Thank you.
This is quite an impressive mod.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I was just
That's
thinking
very
that.
crisp.
Yeah, it's the best it will look. And like they're even like I said, they're going through the AI and actually hand touching up everything. So you can see that. The shadows, the textures,
You
like
can
this
see
just looks
the
gorgeous.
reflection of the pillars on
Yeah.
the floor.
Mm-hmm.
That's that. I don't remember that being in seamless HD and not in the original either. So like that's an added feature. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
they add-
at least it's crisped up.
They had so many details in this, what I'm seeing so far.
It's nice.
It's amazing.
I got a
Thank
question
goodness.
for you guys, Charlie and Eric.
Yeah.
What was for you what Resident Evil is to us? Because when we were like
Palm.
10, 15 years old, this was obviously what we loved the most. So what was that for you guys growing up?
Atari.
Well,
Atari?
for me, yeah, I mean, are we talking just video games or just
or
anything?
whatever. Like what
Yeah.
really movies, what comic books?
It was Star Wars for me. Like,
Star Wars.
I think Star Wars came out when I was like maybe 10 or 11 years old. And that year I was living in Hawaii. And my brother and I, because it had already been out for like a year, I think, at that point. But there was this one movie theater in Waikiki that was playing it. Actually, they played it every day for a year.
Yeah.
And so we went to see Star Wars together probably about like 15 times.
Holy
And,
crap.
You know, we could pretty much just recite all the dialogue, like, you know, and it was that huge. Like, I remember like the first time like I saw it, you know, and the ships like coming out of the screen, like,
Yeah.
you'd never seen anything like that before, and just left a huge impression on me. And then, you know, just the story was fantastic, everything about it. So I think that was, for me, like, it wasn't something that I continued to love for my whole life. You know, I mean, I love those original films.
Yeah.
But I think that was for me huge.
You couldn't do that now with the ticket prices. Holy crap, you'd be broke, dude.
Yeah.
What about you, Eric? Was it movies, comic books, sports?
Yeah, well, so you guys ever, it's a comic, Tintin? You ever heard of
Yeah. The Adventures of
comic?
Tintin.
Yeah. those and Asterix and Obelix, these marauding anyway. But yeah, Tintin was a big influence. I remember hoarding those comics. In fact, I have I have this.
Oh, sick.
Which is a rendition of one of the covers of so Tintin. And as Chris was speaking, you're right. Star Wars was one of those it just took your breath away type movies, and you had to see the next one, whatever it was. Battlestar Galactica, or not Battlestar. What was the next one?
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back. I mean, every Star Wars was you just couldn't wait, and it was an absolute must see. Now the franchise has kind of petered out, in my opinion. It's not like that anymore. But that's how. I mean, you got lost in those characters. You kind of watch them like this. That had that kind of impact on me. The other thing that I thought of was, and I'm aging myself. I'm a little old for an assassin. But the handheld football games.
Oh yeah.
And you could go up, down. I think you back and forward. And all it was one little pixel LED. No, it wasn't LED. It was like a filament. Like
like a
and
little
it had
ball.
4 up and like 8 long, and you could pass, and that was it. And you'd go up, forward.
I loved that too. I can't
forward.
remember. Was it like Mattel, or I can't remember who
God,
made it, but it was only like this big.
Yeah, it was like it was like that, and we would just sit on the bus and just. I mean, that was just just play that forever, and you could if you got good enough at it, you could run a 50-yard, and it would go to the end and then start back here like a typewriter or something to get a 100-yard run. It'd be like and of course huge. Atari, which I didn't have it, so my buddy did, but when that first came out. Played Pong, of course, and then there was some other really rudimentary stuff, but that would have been, that was like, that was late 70s, I think. That was like 79 or 80.
Oh, the Atari? Yeah, I think it was in the 70s.
That would have been, that would have been like maybe 78 or 79. I just remember like that stick, and it was Pong. We frickin' played Pong, man. That was.
I think it came with Pong and Space Invaders.
Yeah, Space Invaders. That's right. Yeah.
So I remember like my dad was like pretty early getting that. Like we had it before any other family, and we got it just before we went on vacation, and we took it with us because we were visiting, some friends. And that's all we did, like the whole vacation. We just sat there playing Pong and Space Invaders.
It's funny how captivating, just instantly captivating that kind of thing is for humans, right? The game. Yeah. Hard to say why exactly, but like Pong, which is so rudimentary, we were fascinated and played it. Yeah. It was. I think we were 10 or 11 or something.
Yeah, that still stands the test of time, though. Pong is still super fun to play. It's just got like that very base level of game where it never gets old, right? Like Tetris.
Yeah, and then, I guess we're kind of, maybe I'm going on a tangent a little bit, but I'm just trying to think of like, what was something that was a huge impact? And like around that time of life for me, one of the biggest things was when the Walkman came out.
Oh, Lion King. Wait, the Walkman. Oh, I think it's the Lion King. I was like, that came out when I was a kid.
Yeah. When the Walkman came out.
Right, yeah.
It just changed. It was like a game changer. It's like you took your music with you. Like,
yeah.
For younger people, that's probably like, what? Of course. But if you just think about before that, you could only listen to music when you were,
No, you had to carry a boombox.
Yeah, or like a boombox, right?
With 10 or 12 D cells in it, man. You need it.
Yeah.
And you'd be playing, like My Sharona or, Blondie or something. Or Queen.
I love Queen.
What was that movie with John Cusack where he holds up the radio?
Not sure.
Can't remember. What was that crazy? I don't remember what it was.
Yeah. So, have you seen the Spielberg movie, Adventures of Tintin, Eric?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either. I'm a huge Spielberg fan, but I don't believe I've
Yeah.
seen that one.
I think I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was entertaining. It was like exactly what it should be, kind of thing.
Okay.
I have to take it slow. It's tough.
And then the other movie I really enjoyed was recently. I think it's his movie where it's kind of like based on his childhood. I forget what it's called.
JJ, you might want to mute Red. JJ.
Yep.
I got it. Yep. There it is.
Okay. Click back on the game.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
There's a super chat here.
Yeah, we should probably catch
You
up.
want me to read that?
They were still up like 20 of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of support.
Oh,
Thank you,
there's
guys.
Yeah, if you want me to
Wanna
catch
go
up on a couple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
catch
yeah.
up.
We got Dragon Fury 3000 with €2.
Thank you, Dragon Fury.
Hi everyone, looking forward to the project.
Hey, thank you.
Hell yeah. And then we got Vaclav with a 50 CZK. And where is Jill?
Andrew, answer it. No, Charlie, answer it.
I don't know.
Where's Jill?
She's in the green room.
We've been searching far and wide, but nobody knows where Jill is. I'm sorry.
Yeah. First it
So
was Barry, now
everybody
it's Jill.
Just everyone, just eat a sandwich, please.
Yeah.
No, Jill.
No, Jill.
Just eat a sandwich.
Watch the stream.
Love it.
We got
Giggle Cabbage.
Giggle Cabbage, $10 super chat. Thank you, Giggle, once again.
Who else is upset that JJ shaved his beard off?
Why did I read that? Unbelievable.
The one you read? The only one.
What I read. Come on, man. Say I look handsome and
JJ, are you
eat a
bald,
sandwich.
too?
Huh?
Did you shave your head? too?
No. I still got hair on my head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got no beard. I shaved it completely off.
I'm just laughing at you.
Don't make fun of me.
You gotta scroll down there too.
You get
Oh, I got it.
carded now when you try to
No.
buy beer.
What's that?
You get carded when you try to buy beer now
I-
with no facial hair.
I haven't tried yet, but I don't want to go out in public. I'm embarrassed and yeah, humiliated. It just looks
You might
weird,
get-
man. I'm not used to it. You click on the game.
What? Oh, I never clicked off though.
Oh, that's weird.
I scrolled though. Maybe that. did
Yeah.
it, we got Glock V19 with a 279 Canadian.
Canuck Bucks, thank you.
Gary, or Barry, did you ever buy a real Colt Python stuff? We'll save that for him when he
When he
gets
comes back.
What is he? What is Greg? Why are we looking? What?
He's having a party.
He has company. I don't know.
Yeah. Those family showed up.
Someone came to the door and
And that was
he's
it.
gone. So yeah, it's like one of those true crime shows, right? What happened to Greg?
Except it sounded like they were having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna make some more coffee real quick.
That's a great
No
idea.
T-shirt
I
for
could-
Greg.
Good.
Greg.
I can still hear you.
Yeah.
Greg has to suffer some sort of consequence. I think.
You're just looking
This
for an
is-
excuse to go after Greg. That's very fitting for you and your character. No, I'm just kidding. He's the villain, and he's accepted it.
You know,
Got a mind of his own.
Yeah, he just does his thing though. Like I appreciate Greg. He's always just like he's fun to be around, and then he just
Oh,
does
yeah.
his own thing, and
Yeah.
you can never be mad at that. It's like Greg's doing Greg, man. Like when he was working out for Critical Drinker stream. It's just doing his thing, man.
yeah, he's lifting weights and jogging, and
Yeah,
he's like, "Hey, a squirrel!
he is retired, so it makes sense.
You ever seen an Australian squirrel? They're fucking huge, man."
It's as big as a kangaroo. And he a squirrel, bro.
Oh, that one made me laugh. What's that movie? Up. You ever see that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Don't look up.
No, it's the Disney movie Up.
Point. Squirrel. Squirrel.
Well, isn't that?
Mhm.
So JJ, are you? I think you're winning. You seem to be winning.
I think I'm doing good. I'm really trying to I'm enjoying your guys' conversation. And I'm trying to focus, and I actually feel like personally I'm doing. This is one of the better ones I've done where I had a bunch of people, and I'm just taking it real slow. You know, I just don't want to die over something stupid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first time you play a game like this, you know.
I think I'd be good at it by now, but let me tell you.
Hey, Charlie's back.
Welcome back,
Yeah.
Charlie. Did you go get Greg?
Yeah, I went.
It's so funny. He's like, "Hey, somebody's at the door." Poof.
Doesn't come back for the rest of the stream.
Should we call the police?
Oh, he's just doing Aussie things, man. Did Linda? Did she say if she was gonna show
What's he
up?
doing? Pissing in the fireplace?
Yeah, just you don't want to piss on the nice carpet.
Come on. Oh, now he's peeing on the urn.
Yeah, dude, I piss on everything. I'm marking my territory. This is Chris Castle
He's
now.
taking a leap.
Not housebroken yet.
Yeah. Not housebroken. Oh, that's good. Yeah, we'll save that one for Greg when he comes back. But
Yeah, and we're on Poonie.
Pooney with the €2. Thank you, Pooney.
I played RE in the 90s. It was fire. Greetings from Barcelona. Basically. And then we got Dragon Fury 3000 with another €2.
Thank you, Dragon Fury.
Will anybody play piano in Resurrection?
That's a great question.
Oh.
You'll just have to tune in to find out.
But first, they'll have to support if they can, so that they can tune in and find out. It's probably
Yes.
important to note that Resurrection will be completely free to watch on the Residents of Evil if the crowdfunding is successful, right? So we have May 1st. It's the biggest day. It's the start of this. You know, we're going to be doing it for a month to 2 months. If we hit that goal, then yes, it will be available for free to everybody. And it'll be amazing. But, you know, we just got to, do the crowdfunding like we did with the Keeper's Diary.
Yep.
Then we got GI Bro.
AJ,
let him go.
you were in a band when you were young, right?
I was, before I started the row, I was in a metal band with a couple of my friends.
What
that?
instrument
Show
did you
tunes?
play?
The throat. I'm not musically
You played-
talented.
Oh, you did the vocal.
Yeah, I did the vocals.
The throat. I like that.
Yeah, it was a metal band, so I had a lot of screaming and stuff. I still might be able to do it, but I don't know. It's been a minute.
You said you were in a show tunes band?
Yeah, dude. We weren't supposed to bring that up though. I told you that in confidence.
Oh, was I not supposed to say that? I'm sorry.
No, I was joking. The show tunes thing.
Oh, the show tunes thing.
Yeah, that wasn't supposed to be brought up.
Well, see, I
Rick.
saw this poster of Liberace he had in his truck. And then, anyway, that's how the conversation started.
We're both into show tunes, and so we just started talking, man.
Like, hey, where'd you get your sequins? And whatever.
It's nice.
That's the Netflix Resident Evil looked like it had show tunes in it.
Oh
Kinda
yeah.
did, yeah.
It's just like, what are we doing,
Yeah.
bro?
I actually went to a musical when I was younger, and I thought it was super cool because it was like, how do you coordinate all that? And for like an hour long, they know what to say, they know what to sing, they know where to move. It blew my mind. I was like, dude, this is really cool. I can't get near yet. I gotta get rid of this guy. I think I'm almost out of ammo.
So like, say these, you see the blood, right?
Yeah.
Now, as far as the enhancements go, is there anything added, or is it simply clarified and enhanced? Like, was the blood a different color and smaller, and there was only 2 of them, or do they pretty much maintain, like those floodlights, for example, were they in the original?
I've noticed textures are far more improved in certain areas. Like you could see the reflections in the main hall. The wood looks way better. I noticed in here right now the pictures are different. But one of the biggest things I noticed is they did change up some of the camera angles, or at least I think they changed
think they did
up
too.
some of the camera angles. So, yeah, there's a few areas I was like, whoa, this is the same area I remember, but not from this perspective.
Okay.
Unless it was a version of Resident Evil that I don't remember.
It could be.
Yeah, it may have just got jumbled up.
But nothing wholesale, like, there's more zombies, or there's a different kind of gun, or
No,
Nothing-
Just
I would say
more
it's
added
like,
detail.
it's like a proper,
Basically.
yeah, like a proper remaster where they don't change anything, but they just like upscale it, make it look a lot
Right.
cleaner, a lot
Mhm.
better
My
visually.
ass looks a lot firmer.
Like,
Yeah,
I can tell that that's real hardwood, and the other one had engineered wood on the floor.
yeah, that's how good it looks, man. You can see that. This ain't that plastic shit, right? They went all out with this
that's
mansion.
Freaking mahogany there.
Yeah, that's good, man. You can-
Rich mahogany and many leather-bound books.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
leather-bound books.
That's how good it is.
Oh, that's great.
What was that cologne she was pulling out?
Sex Panther.
Sex
That's an
Panther.
awesome name.
I have to say that's like gasoline. Yeah.
It's illegal in 10 states. It's made of bits of real panther, you know.
There's some really good bloopers from that movie.
Yeah, there is.
Oh my god, they're so funny.
Yeah. Oh man, they
That's
don't.
me now.
They literally don't make comedies anymore.
No.
No, we were just talking about that in the stream actually, like a couple weeks ago. Where like I remember when like all these comedies were coming out, and there was like waves of them. Like you had your crew, and they would always be together in comedy movies. You know, like Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead. Like they had their crew, or not Hot Fuzz. Yeah, maybe it was Hot Fuzz. Yeah,
Yeah, Hot Fuzz. Yeah.
yeah. And then you have this other crew, like the Super Troopers and the no, what was that one we were just talking about? The Beer Fest, October. Yeah, Beer Fest.
Oh, that was Super Troopers, yeah.
Yeah, Super Troopers Beer Fest.
Yeah.
You had that crew, but like
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen's crew, you don't see that
Adam
anymore.
Sandler's crew.
Yeah,
No.
like Adam Sandler and his crew are still doing it.
Yeah,
It's just
but it's not a,
it's not like
Not
you don't go to
anymore.
the movies to see comedies anymore, and I just don't get it because that was always a lot of fun.
They just released that trailer for a new Naked Gun movie with Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
And Seth MacFarlane is
Mhm.
producing it. But when it
Huh.
came out, everybody was like, really? Why? Why are we going there? I get it. I get it. But I am just so happy to see that there's going to be a comedy in a movie theater for a change.
Yeah,
True. Yeah.
It's a saying he got him on. He got him on.
I don't think he's muted,
He
dude.
unmuted himself.
Oh, he did. Okay,
He just unmuted himself.
nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, good job, Greg.
Was that his girlfriend or something?
He's got a girlfriend and a wife. What a dog,
She was younger, and
dude.
she just came in and hung out, and now she left, and he's all,
Now his wife got home.
He was a house call.
I mean, he gave her his undivided attention. He totally blew us off.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, at least he did that.
So it's got
Hey,
to be
man.
somebody important or hot or both. Well, I remember that part.
Yeah, well, that's because he made this thing next to their match. They might have a fan and they've got a bottle of water.
You know, I think
For
that
now,
it
until he's
became
ready.
A little
Look
easier
at the game.
to play,
Oh, sorry.
at least initially.
I
You can't
remember
leave the
that.
mouse on it. You
Oh,
can see
yeah.
that.
A little more comprehensive.
I'll put it on Google.
Yep.
At
So,
least in that-
oh, I'm sorry. If you guys were talking, go ahead. But I just had a couple questions about Resurrection.
1 sec.
Yeah.
Oh, Greg's back.
Oh, I can't.
Hi,
unmute.
Greg.
Sorry, guys. I had a visitor.
It's your mistress?
Visitor. Okay.
Yeah, no. She she's a friend of from down. Yeah, so she was dropping in today. Yeah.
Sheila, huh?
Yeah.
Sheila.
Barry's a
Charlie
well-known
Sheila,
man
eh?
around town.
Yep.
Yeah. So where are we up to? You're still in the game.
Dude, yeah. I was trying to super fun speed run it, but I'm doing all right. You know, I'm taking it slow because this mode is harder. It's harder than
I
Jill's.
is that in the original? Looking at the freaking ant collection?
Yeah, actually is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think there's a scene in the remake with Jill and Barry in this room. I don't know if it was
Yeah.
it might have been in the original.
Barry's being a gentleman.
Yep.
What about the furniture moving?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We did have a question for you, Greg. While you were
Yeah.
gone, Glock V19 with a $280 super chat asked, Barry, did you ever buy a real Colt Python silver special?
Mate,
Yeah.
This is Australia. We
Yeah, I
can't
think-
even
yeah.
buy a toy gun in Australia.
Oh, I didn't know
Oh,
your guys'
yeah.
gun laws there. Are they really strict then?
Yeah, very strict.
If you were in America, would you have got a Colt Python?
I have no idea. I'm getting one. I've had a 3D one made.
Yeah.
A
Oh
3D
yeah.
printed one, a replica. I just don't know how to get it sent to Australia without getting attacked by customs as it comes in. Because even toy guns in Australia, if they look too good, they're not allowed. Well, not toy, but replicas. They have pretty strict rules about knives, guns, and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we seem to get by without them. So yeah, it doesn't.
You got a Harley
worry us.
Davidson instead. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we just buy Harley. I suppose there's always going to be guns somewhere. You can become, if you're a member of a registered gun club, yeah, you can have a pistol.
Oh, okay.
But they do all these checks on you, like it's very, very involved. And there's rifle clubs and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
Like 20, 30 years ago, farmers drove around with guns in the back of their car. Now, it seems to it's gone completely the other way. Yeah. It's really interesting. 40 years ago, you could buy a gun at Kmart, which is our answer of Walmart. Not big guns.
People come here
like that.
for where I live. People come here from other countries, and as I drive them up from the airport, they see we have this pawn shop where you can buy liquor and guns, and they're like, "You can buy guns at a liquor store?" It's a little different here. It's a little different.
Well, the other thing when I've ridden them Harley across America, like we've ridden from Sturgis down to LA a few times, Vegas a few times. Service stations sell alcohol.
Yeah.
I can't believe that. They have alcohol at a service station in some states.
Yeah. Well, there's in the south of Texas in particular, probably Louisiana too, and a few other states maybe, but there's drive-through liquor stores. I mean, you can, like you know what I'm saying, that. Greg, like get coffee at McDonald's or something. You can also have a drive-through, and I'm talking like you can get a drink, like a big margarita to go or something.
Really? That's convenient as
For the
hell.
road.
Our police would sit outside and breathalyze every car that came out.
That's how you get that quota fast.
That's all it is, So.
Yeah, my Japan is a little bit similar. My friend in Japan, he sent me a picture where he can at Lawson's he can buy a draft beer.
Yeah.
They actually have a draft beer machine at Lawson's, and it pours a draft beer.
That's cool.
Lawson's, for those of you who may be listening to us for some unknown reason, is like it's a convenience store like 7-Eleven or something, and they all sell booze in Japan and vending machines and at all hours. But the draft beer, that's a new one where you got to be careful. Don't spill your beer at the 7-Eleven.
One of my friends sent me a picture of him doing it. He said, "I may never leave this place." Yeah.
Heaven.
Yeah.
The beer machines wouldn't work in the U.S. It would just be I don't know. Like Japan's a mellow enough country somehow that it's. I mean, I'm sure.
I think they got rid of the beer machines though.
What's that?
I think they got rid of the beer machines because I've been here for like a month and I haven't seen any beer machines. So I think they must have got rid of them.
Oh,
but yeah. When I was growing up,
got out of there at the right time.
Yeah. When I was growing up, they had them, and
for sure.
I could also just go. I could walk in the liquor store and just say, "I'm getting this for my dad," and they would believe me. So it wasn't a big deal back then.
Yeah. Well, I know the vending machines that sold liquor turned off after about 10 o'clock at night.
I think it was 11.
11 was it? Yeah, they turned off. I know that. And a lot of the convenience stores put the shutters down the alcohol at a certain hour.
Right. Yeah.
It's just like
wine and sake and I mean whiskey, you name it. It wasn't just beer, although that was.
No.
Yeah.
It's just like a vending machine that just had like cans of beer and stuff in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to. They used to have that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And hot coffee. Cans of hot coffee. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Cans of hot coffee?
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
In the wintertime,
Yeah.
you put them in your pocket. They kept your hands warm as well.
That's nice. Yeah, because I always get that. I don't like the cold coffee. When you go to the store and you get one, like, yeah, I use it once in a while if I need to wake up. But I'm not a fan of cold coffee. It's got to be hot.
They had both, literally. There was I think there was a blue side and a red.
The machine has red and blue. You have cold or hot.
Nice.
Yeah.
In a can, it just popped out.
Yeah, in
That's
case
crazy. It's in a can.
couldn't read or were somewhat challenged somehow. They had blue and red in case you got confused.
Yeah. The annoying thing in Tokyo now is ever since they had the sarin gas attacks back 20 whatever however
That was
20, 30 years
1995.
ago.
That's when I was there.
Yeah, ever since that happened, because some of the sarin gas they put it in like public garbage cans. So now when you're walking around Tokyo, there's no garbage cans anywhere. And if you buy something and it's got a wrapper, you got to just take it home with you. This is just, there's some little places where you can throw away cans and bottles that you buy in the vending machines.
Yeah.
But even those, there's not that many of them. So it's like, it almost just discourages you from buying anything
Right.
that requires like throwing away a wrapper.
You have to go back in the store and buy something else because there's a trash can in the store.
Yeah. Right.
So you have to buy something else so you could throw it away, but then you got the thing you just bought.
Now you got another thing. Yeah.
It's just a vicious circle.
Yep.
So there were people back in the day that would just throw some device that had poison gas in it.
No, it
in
was
the trash can on the street?
it was a very shall we say infamous incident where there was this cult, a Japanese cult.
Om Shinjuku.
Yeah, and they decided one day to just plant all these sarin gas devices, mostly in the subway, I think it was, like.
Yeah.
And a bunch of people got sick and a bunch of people died, and then they finally figured it out and arrested the guy, and he went to jail forever.
That's crazy.
He was actually death sentence.
Oh, was he? Was he executed?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think he was in jail for a long time, and then they executed him.
And his wife, death sentence as well.
Wow.
But they actually were pretty rudimentary. They had guys, and one of them was he had a umbrella, and it was in like a plastic bottle, and he's in the subway and he steers the umbrella into the plastic bottle, which they out the liquid gas, and he died himself because he was too close to it, like the plan failed. And,
these guys weren't from Mensa, we'll put it that way.
Yeah, I wonder if that had some sort of influence on the story for Resident Evil, because it's around the same time, that happened, and it makes you wonder, like, did that influence his storytelling a little bit? This idea of like it's a bioweapon when you think about it. Sarin gas.
Definitely a bioweapon. I remember that gas was a bad deal, man. I was there.
I remember I was in
my
the street
dad was
that
in the
day.
subway. My dad was in the subway station when it happened. Like he was just going down the stairs. So he was lucky that, if he had been a little bit earlier, he might have been one of the victims.
He was in the location when that happened, but he had just left.
Yeah. My dad, I think he was just starting to walk into the subway station when the alarms went off and they told everyone to evacuate.
Wow.
Yeah. I was at a subway station 4 or 5 away, but they just locked the whole system down. And ambulances everywhere, because when Japan does ambulances and police, they're everywhere blowing whistles, and like everyone's got a bloody whistle, and everyone's blowing and shouting instructions. And
I've never heard of this. This was in '95, you said?
Yeah, 1995.
Recap me. What happened in '95?
So it was this Japanese cult called Om Shinrikyo, and they I think they had like in the ranks of their membership, they had lots of very highly educated, Japanese people, and
cult.
They were developing. I guess it was kind of like a doomsday cult, and they wanted to just, they wanted to basically just kill people.
Oh God.
And so some of these very well-educated types figured out how to formulate sarin gas, then they just basically deployed it in the subway system.
Wow.
And nobody knew what was happening. Everyone just started feeling sick and collapsing, and then they eventually they figured out what it was, but
Yeah.
I think quite a few people died from it and a lot of people were hospitalized from it. And,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I
scary,
was,
scary, scary stuff.
if it was 95, I had to have been 4. Was it national news or was it just
Oh
like
yeah, international
Yeah,
news for
big,
sure.
huge.
Yeah,
international news?
yeah.
Probably.
yeah.
Probably documentaries, books, about it, I would imagine.
Yeah. That's
well.
wild. I never
It's
heard
probably
of that.
bigger over here. They're probably bigger over everyone, all my friends knew about it in Australia because they'll contact me in Japan. Because Australia it's closer to Japan. We're Asian in some way. We class ourselves as part of the Asian area.
Yeah.
So Australasian. So it was big time here. It probably didn't make much noise in America. But they were very charismatic and they got a lot of young people involved because I was at a high school teaching, a senior high school, and all the girls and that
Really?
thought the second in charge was very handsome and whatever else, and they kind of got a lot of young people involved, or interested in it. But it was like high up. If you left, you couldn't leave because they actually killed some of the members that left and quit because they didn't like it. Actually, that was when they came undone. They found the bones of one of the higher ups, him and his wife and his baby. They killed because they murdered them because they wanted to leave.
Yeah, this got dark.
Yeah, this got dark.
Yeah.
Wait, I
Yeah,
don't
right.
control the conversation for a second. You guys are talking about dead babies?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
We went from beer machines to yeah.
Damn.
Yes.
Difficult.
Sorry.
Hey, what
Well,
time is
nothing
it
else
there?
much happens in Japan that's bad. Japan is a pretty safe country, isn't it, Charlie?
For sure.
Yeah, I think I think just like everywhere else in the world, violence, there is an uptick in violence here, but it's so much, so much more or less here than everywhere else.
Yeah.
You can walk around with like $500 in your pocket, not really worry about being robbed or anything.
That's nice.
It's
Yeah,
just-
pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But
Yeah.
you talk about gun laws. They have super strict gun laws. My friend was the chief of police.
Oh.
And he was in charge of gun. He was chief of police in charge of gun control.
Yeah.
Pretty
Japan?
high up. In Japan, if you had a pistol that wasn't registered, if you had a pistol back in '95, it was a death sentence because
Whoa.
if you had a pistol that proved you had an intent to use it,
Okay.
so there was a death sentence of pistols.
I don't
Well,
think
that
there's
was
anything
the-
wrong with getting it registered and following the process, though. Like, that's part of it. You know what I mean?
The process was really, really hard, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Death sentence is extreme, but it makes sense. Like, if you're not going to do it the right way, like, there is a proper way to do it.
Yeah. Anyway,
Hey, what time is it over there, Greg?
10:30.
AM?
10:30 a.m.
Oh, okay.
a.m.
10:30 a.m. Okay,
Yeah. We're about 17 hours ahead of you,
sure.
depending where you are in America.
Oh, really? Well, got any hot stock tips?
Now you're thinking.
Yeah. They all got given away the other day, didn't they?
Yeah.
In the future.
I'd love to know the future, Greg, even if it's only 7 or 8 hours.
Yeah.
It's weird. When I fly to America, I'll leave Australia at 6 o'clock in the morning, say on the 12th, and I'll arrive in LA. I'll leave, at 9 o'clock in the morning on the 12th, and I'll arrive at LA that's 9 a.m. on the 12th. I arrive in LA at 6 a.m. on the 12th.
Wow.
So
It's really weird.
Back
You got
in
to get your head around it. It's really, really, really weird.
Yeah, that must be quite odd.
that's
Like
that's
when
weird.
when this all happens and I get to Vegas, because that's where we're going to meet, like to get to see the city, I'll leave here in the night time on the 24th, and I'll be arriving in Vegas. I'll leave here about 9 o'clock. I'll arrive in Vegas about midnight on the 24th, which is really weird. But going home, you leave America on the 3rd, say.
Your
And you'll
sleep
find it-
schedule might be okay though, because all our stuff is overnight shoots for the most part.
Hopefully. But when you go home, it's even weirder because you leave here at you leave at, on the say the plane leaves about 9 o'clock from LA.
Yeah.
On the 3rd, and the 4th vaporizes somewhere in the space, and you land in Sydney or Brisbane on the 5th. With the 4th go, it just vaporizes, and you arrive on the 5th.
And you're
Yeah.
late. And you're late for everything.
You're late. You're missing out. You lost a whole day.
Where you
You've
been?
lost your daughter's
Goddamn.
birthday.
That was yesterday, Greg. Jesus.
You guys will find that when you go to Malaysia.
Right.
Have any of
Which
you
way
been
you
to
fly
Malaysia?
Hey, do they
I've
have
never been to
electricity
Malaysia,
over there?
No, I've
No?
been to Hong Kong, I've been to Singapore, but and Thailand, but I've never been to Malaysia.
No, I haven't been to Malaysia. No, you're right.
I
Yeah.
hope you guys get there a couple of days early. I'll go to the Batu Caves and there's
Yeah.
just out of town. There's these caves. Eric can run up. There's about 250 steps, and you go up into these beautiful caves. It's a Hindu caves, and
Yeah, I think they said they'd fly us out a couple of days early to do some stuff.
it's really good there, and there's some really nice places around. But it's a really cosmopolitan city, Kuala Lumpur now. I first went there in 1977.
I feel like you've probably been to every country on this planet, Greg.
It really does
No,
sound
only
like
just-
that.
He's working on it.
I went there in 77, and it was really basic. Like, you got out of the plane and walked across the tarmac, and now the airport is, and the road from the airport, the road's a bit out of town. The airport is just exponentially growing, and it's a really beautiful city. And it's got these two really tall towers, the Petronas Towers, and all that.
Yeah.
It's very interesting, but the street food and all that. Eric's a really man. Eric has to eat, because I found this out when we were with Eric. He has to eat at 6 o'clock. He'll eat the table if he doesn't get fed. Well, Kuala
Right.
Lumpur's beautiful because the street food in Kuala Lumpur is absolutely brilliant. He has a fast metabolism, Eric. And,
You do a lot of biking
But the
though.
street-
It usually, well, I guess you probably just have a fast metabolism, but when you're doing all those exercises, yeah, you got to eat more, right? You burn it
well,
up.
Eric's a bush bike rider. He's a real man. Gets right into it. Where's the lycra? We call them mammals in Australia.
No such thing as too much lycra, Greg.
Yeah.
I haven't been paying attention to the chat. Have there been any questions for Resurrection
us?
or anything?
So
You're
I was
much
just
more
gonna let you guys know that I did just put a Q&A in the chat. So questions specific to Greg, Eric, Charlie, maybe Linda, and Resurrection. Let us know in
Okay.
that tab. Click on it. That way we can separate the discussion
Where is it?
from the question. So it's actually in the chat. And if you click that little live chat or top chat drop down, you can go right to questions. And you guys get your questions in. It's
I'm ready.
easier for us to see them
Can't even
here.
see it.
I'm ready.
Oh, they'll read it too.
I see the drop down, but how do
Are
I
you
get
ready?
the questions?
Are you ready, Greg?
Yeah, actually, I'll put this on you,
No,
Andrew,
no.
to hit these
ready.
questions, right?
I'm ready. You ready?
Yeah.
So what
Okay,
you got to
good. Are
do?
You ready, Charlie?
I think so.
Good. Okay, we're ready.
All right, they're ready
Go
for
ahead.
them. There's a few in there right now, but not a lot because I didn't tell anybody we did it yet. But yes, it is there. If you have questions for them, go put it in there. Andrew, click on the chat, the top chat little drop down. Click on it and click questions, and it'll take you to the questions. And Andrew will
I
ask the
can't even
questions.
see it. What's it
I
look like?
can,
Andrew will
I
read
can
them.
click on the drop down, but it's not snapping to the question.
I don't think you can do
It's just
questions.
it just says ask
Oh.
something.
You gotta share it to him somehow.
Only we can. Okay, so let me.
Here's one.
Yeah. I
Hey,
see.
who the F are you guys?
That was probably one not to read.
Oh,
There's a few people's likes that keep spazzing out. That's really weird.
That is weird. Well, we got one from Jeremiah who says, favorite PlayStation 1 game, guys? Easy. Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
There you go. That was the right answer. There was a right answer, by the way.
PS1 was more our generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not much of a gamer since about '96 when
What?
I left Japan and I gave my Nintendo console to my roommate and just never really got into it again because it was too much sleep deprivation. I would stay up until 4 a.m. playing Star Fox, just over and over again.
Foxfire?
Foxfire, yeah, that one.
Never gonna let that one go.
That was a good one, Eric. Do you want me to read it?
What?
no,
Eric posted a question.
that's just kind of just something I was always kind of wondering.
Yeah, you can ask it. You know, we can ask that question. This is the time to find out, right?
What?
Oh God.
Chat probably, or the stream probably seen it because it popped up on here.
I was just trying to get some, just kind of prime the pump,
Yeah, that's fair.
Right. The pump.
What pump are you talking about?
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
I got another question.
Oh, good.
Baz
The
says,
last one.
"Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed your storyboards, and I hope I did you guys justice in my art. My question is, after meeting Ro, how many of the games have you experienced so far and enjoyed?"
Is that from Baz?
Yeah, it's Baz Oli. That's the artist for Resurrection.
Oh,
Aha.
you guys. I'm assuming you guys have all seen the storyboard videos I've been editing.
Yeah.
She's the artist. That's the one that's asking
Oh,
the
good.
question.
Oh, wow. They're
Yes.
very helpful. It puts you in the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your question though?
would
Like
like
which
to share-
which games have we played and are we enjoying? And I'm so sorry to disappoint you guys. Yeah, I don't really play. I sometimes like enjoy like going to the miniature golf place near my house, and I'll play some like arcade games there. But I don't have a console at home.
Yeah, I don't think you guys we've played any of the other games with them. I think you guys have just only seen this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe we
Or you played the remake a little bit with us.
I think remake and also like RE2. I think I've seen you guys do run-throughs of RE2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the most you watched was just hanging out with us here in streams. I think Charlie, you've probably been in the most of our streams, and you've been there for some long marathons. And I remember you stuck around for like 8 to 10 hours. That was wild, dude.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you were there. You were at my house too when we played Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, and then I think I've seen you guys like do the RE4 remake.
Okay, yep.
Playing through that one.
And you guys were all here for Toys for Tots that one year. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was.
I wouldn't mind seeing. I know you guys probably don't like playing that game so much, but I wouldn't mind seeing you guys play like RE5, where I'm like the Hulk.
That is the most fun Resident Evil game. In my opinion, dude, that is the most fun Resident Evil game to play because the co-op is so fun in it. I will gladly play it, either having you watch or have you playing with me.
Uh-huh.
Now that would be sick.
Chris.
I'll gladly be Sheva, so you can be Chris.
I can't remember. Have I sent you any like cutscenes from Resident Evil 5, Eric?
Yeah, I think you did. You sent me a number of them on Messenger.
Okay.
I seem to recall it was 5, and you wanted some kind of yeah, it was 5. It was 5.
We gotta get Eric playing 5 at some point.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's work something out. I think that'd be a lot of fun. But I nailed this. Holy crap.
Unbelievable.
I never played it that good before. Really good. I was showing off for you guys for the first time. It was luck, I promise. Or it was skill, I promise.
I answered your question, Eric.
Huh.
Yes, Greg.
Oh, you did? I missed it. Respectful.
Where do I see? How do I see the question?
That's.
We got a new guest, guys.
Greg. I knew it.
And I didn't put 4 and I didn't put anything else, so you can put your own interpretation in there.
Sure, no, I get it. I understand completely. And
you guys, we have a new, very special guest. We got Joe White is here, the voice of Chris Redfield in the Resident Evil 1 remake. How's it going, Joe?
Oh my gosh.
I can't hear Joe.
Muted.
I want to see Joe do the talking and Charlie do the movements. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to see that.
Joe, you gotta unmute yourself,
do we have
man.
him muted, or is he?
He's got himself muted.
Do it.
Yeah, he's got to do it. I tried to unmute him, but he muted.
Joe, he can't hear you.
Joe, mute.
Oh, I was self-muted.
There he is. How's it going, Joe?
Joe.
My brother's in arms.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
We got 2 Chris's here. Eric, you're done, dude.
Wesker. How's it going, everybody? Wow.
Good.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Are we playing old school, huh?
Yeah.
Are we playing
Good to see it.
Yeah. Nice.
First Resident Evil, they got a new HD texture pack that came out that adds to the seamless. So we're just hanging out, playing the game. It looks super clean and just chatting with you guys, hearing a bunch of fun stories, talking about Resurrection and wherever we go, man. So thank you for coming by. Joe, feel free to talk about whatever you want, dude. Very casual, very laid back. But I do want the chat to give it up now to Joe for joining. So let's get that hype going.
All right. I have to say, I just want to say up front, I did not wear this shirt on purpose to get on. I just happened to grab this shirt this morning. This was not intentional. So
he's being 100% honest. You go to his closet and every shirt is that shirt. I just grabbed a random shirt, man.
Well, some of them are long sleeve Chris Redfield shirts.
Oh, yeah. There's a variety.
Yeah, Joe gave me one of those when I met him in
where was it?
Portland?
LA, right? Pasadena?
In Oregon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Portland.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you for that shirt. I do wear it quite often.
Nice.
The material is really nice because you gave me one too, and it's like thick. It's a really nice shirt. I like it a lot. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, Britton Schrum makes these for me.
Yeah. Oh, who is it?
Britton Schrum.
Okay.
And he is one of the guys that is making the new survival horror game called Slither that hopefully will have at least a vertical slice by the end of this year.
Really? That's cool.
Not Slither. It's called Shiver. I'm sorry.
Okay. I gotcha. I'll have to check it out.
And he's one of the game makers doing that, and he also has his own company that has tons of shirts like this. Not just video game characters, but bands and all kinds of crazy good stuff. I'll put the link in the chat if you like.
Yeah. I was gonna say I gotta get that link. I want to check it out because that was good quality.
Yeah, really good shirts.
Greg saw another squirrel. He did. Where'd he go? He just disappears, dude. Greg's just doing his thing.
Did Greg have another visitor at his house?
It's one of those Australian squirrels.
Koala.
Kangaroo.
Yeah.
That
squirrel.
Are
Greg
capybaras
just
from
leaves
Australia?
randomly.
I don't know. Capybaras are those? I think that is an Australian thing.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Those things are so cute.
No, that's South America.
Oh, they are. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
missing one. I forgot one.
I thought you had them all.
Me too.
Actually, they're quite tasty. I haven't eaten one, but they're yeah, people love them.
Happy
I know
bar.
that's bullshit,
Giant
but
rat.
Is it?
Yeah.
Capybara burrito.
They're the biggest rodent.
Oh. I don't even know what they look like. I can't even picture it right now.
They're kind of like they look like a big fat mouse. Basically.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's more like a muskrat
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Cute, honestly.
I'd eat it. I'd
For being
try
a
it.
rodent.
Seriously, where's Greg? Did he say anything or he just left?
I think
He just
Walked
got up
in.
and
It's funny.
Well,
I know it.
He is in Australia, so he may have been carted off by a
Oh,
massive
cute.
spider
Yeah, yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
The girls.
I think his other girlfriend just showed up.
Oh, he's got a second girlfriend and a wife? That dog, dude.
He's a player.
Yeah.
That's his favorite restaurant is Outback Harem.
He's a family man.
Yeah.
I know.
Your
I
family,
love
your
to
family,
tease
your
Greg. That's my favorite. One of my favorite things to do in life.
It's teasing Greg. That makes sense. That makes sense. I gotta get my key now. I forgot it.
Yeah.
Joe, so you're also in Resurrection. We announced
am.
in our video that you're not going to be just a voice this time. You're going to actually be in it, live action, right?
I will be. You'll get to see all of this in full color.
I can't wait.
All the muscles and the flab hanging off my gut.
Yeah. So is it like Charlie saying I'm Chris Redfield and you saying I'm Chris Redfield and then you guys fight? Are we actually going to see that?
That's the entire.
Do that.
That's the entirety. It's like the Resident Evil multiverse.
The Spider-Man pointing.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Charlie and I did that at I think it was at Portland. Didn't we do a picture where the both of us are like punching each other or something?
I think we did.
Yep. I did have it.
That's funny.
I
You
just
could,
grabbed
you
it.
could just mime it, Charlie. You could mime it, right? And just move your mouth and then,
Right.
that way, whatever, you guys could be a good little video.
Right.
cameo
That
thing.
would be.
I'll do the talking. You do the rocking.
Oh,
Yep.
Joe, I saw that you were with Peter earlier.
Yeah, Peter Jessup is a good buddy of mine, and
Wesker?
we have lunch together. Chris and Wesker have lunch together very often.
Glad you two made up.
we're on very friendly terms. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa.
We went to an amazing place here in North Hollywood called Gino's East, and we had Chicago-style deep dish pizza, and it was amazing.
Sounds fantastic. Pizza sounds
Man.
really good right now. Why you gotta talk about food, man? I'm hungry now. I can't even focus on this game anymore.
Well, I just took the dog out for a walk, and all of my neighbors are barbecuing right now. It's 5:47 where I am
Okay, right at that
in the
time.
afternoon, and so everyone's got their barbecues going, and it smells like heaven.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna have to, after this, I'm gonna have to get something. I don't know, maybe that deep dish pizza or whatever. I'll take anything at this point.
Are there any more super chats?
Yeah, we got a ton, man.
Yeah, we got a few more.
We'll go through the super chats, and then we'll go to the questions, because we are getting some questions now, so there's a Q&A tab if anybody's interested. So we got...
Where's the Q&A tab?
Excellent.
I think only we can see it, because we did try to see if you guys could, but for some reason it doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at it. I can't even get it.
Sorry. Oh, we jumped. We jumped here.
We have quite a bit.
We got a lot of support. Thank you guys for that. We'll try to catch back up
Wow.
here.
There it is.
Yep.
Oh, okay, I see. So we can't see the
the Q&A,
general-
unfortunately.
the general chat, can we?
The general chat you guys can see on YouTube, but just you can't see the Q&A portion.
Right, gotcha.
We do though.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that better.
Yeah.
So you do
Any
that.
more there?
Oh, Greg's back.
Hey, Greg.
I had to make a cup of coffee.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha.
What were some of the questions that people are asking?
We're going to catch up on the super chats, and we're going to jump into the questions because we're going to get too far behind here.
Yeah, I'm sure
some of
there's-
these are questions,
Yeah, I'm
though.
sure they are,
yeah.
yeah. Let's try to burn through them quick.
Yeah, GI Bro with a $5 super chat. Thank you for your support.
Did they do any other promotional content or just film the videos? Shame Capcom didn't use them for more.
I agree. Did you guys do any other promotional content for Capcom? Or was it just the live action cutscenes in the original game? And I guess that could go to Joe, too. Did you do any other promotional content for Capcom?
Not a lick. Nope.
Oh, wow.
Nope.
All right, thank you for that. We got Biohazard Bros with a $2 super chat. Nothing to say, just showing the support. Thank you.
Thank
we
you.
got Ain't Sam with a very generous $10 super chat. Thank you, Ain't Sam.
JJ, you should have kept the stash and the chop.
I agree. I said that 100%. Unfortunately, I'm a man of my word.
All right.
Polly Crow with a $5 super chat. You want to scroll down?
I forgot at the moment. Hello, guys. How's everyone doing in regards to AI? I can see AI be a helpful asset, but AI can never replace artists and designers. And this mod looks good. Gold.
I think this is in reference to the Seamless HD project having some AI for the upscale, and then now they're going through and touching it up. But yeah, I agree. It can be helpful. It's a tool, but never replace actual artists.
I agree.
Yep. We got
Totally agree.
yep. Elkanoth with a $2. Oh,
As
sorry.
a 3D modeler, what worries me, unfortunately, I'm old and I'm ready to retire. In fact, I'm retiring from the animation industry this year.
Oh, wow.
And one of the things that really scares me is, you've already got some 3D modeling packages that are AI, or you're able to put a photograph in and it'll make a model out of whatever you put.
That's
art
crazy.
In. And they're not great yet, but give it 5 years,
Oh, yeah.
and I think modelers are going to be in a lot of trouble.
That's scary.
100%.
Andrew, you were just talking about this the other night about how, you're passionate about film and you're just worried about the future of AI just kind of taking that from you, right? That is scary.
Yeah,
But-
it's I think that because I'm just a video producer full time, I think just normal video production jobs are, you can make an AI talking head video now, and you can have an AI person talking, an AI voice, and you can generate AI B-roll. So I think in 5-10 years, that side of things might be diminishing. And I mean, who even knows what movies are going to look like 20, 30 years from now?
I feel like it would remove the soul, right? To not have a person at least oversee it.
Yeah.
Or, direct it, right? We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unfortunate because you would expect the people making films would be making things that people want to see, but they don't. And it's just giving more incentive to people to type in prompts in AI software.
Yeah.
I see.
So if Hollywood's not going to give the people what they want, people are just going to go. So like, look at what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're not using AI, but we're going a different route to do something that people in Hollywood just won't do with this franchise for some reason. And it sounds like they're not going to continue to do it in the future with the news that's been coming out about the new film. So
yeah, I really do hope the new film is good, and to those that like the Paul Anderson movies or Welcome to Raccoon City, I'm happy for you guys. I feel like it was, at least Welcome to Raccoon City was pitched as faithful and elements were, but then all of a sudden it wasn't. It's like you either go all in or you do your own thing. This one sounds like they're just doing their own thing, at least from what I've read. It could be rumors, but
just stop taking the name.
Yeah,
make an original film.
I hope it's good, man.
If you want to make a Resident Evil film, make a Resident Evil film. Don't make a movie about a courier and call it Resident Evil. That's not Resident Evil. Sorry.
Yeah, good call. But at the end of the day, at least we are able to do our own thing. And our Kickstarter, our Indiegogo is going to go live May 1st. It's including all these amazing people here with us in the video chat. Very talented, our heroes from our childhood, right? They're willing to be in it. So regardless, we're still going to do our own thing, and we just hope that it's successful. And if you guys want to see it and you support it, it'll be really fun to work with everybody and to put this fan series out there, made by fans, for the fans. Like we have the same criticisms about the live action that a lot of people do, and we're going to try to right the wrongs from fans.
Right.
Yeah.
It will be wild to get all of you guys together for this. I really hope it happens. I hope we hit our goal.
Yeah, same.
We're not curing cancer, but we're close.
Yes.
Yeah. But I don't know, man.
We'll see.
It's not going to cost $20 million to do it. That's for sure.
No, God, that would be
Haven't
crazy.
sent your buy bill yet.
You do a
What
lot
was
with a
that?
little.
Haven't sent my bill yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, once we get Greg on board, this is gonna get pricey. But we gotta have the OG Barry there.
I can't believe this dude's getting paid upwards of $20 million to make a movie. That's insane.
That's wild, man. They're on a completely different level there doing
There's
that.
no reason. Like, what's the reason for that? And it's like you wonder why the Hollywood actors and stuff go on strike and all this stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
the lower people probably don't get paid enough, and then this guy's making $20 million. Like, what?
That's the way
Why?
it's always been. It's the way it's always been.
It's like, what's the deal?
Yeah. That's the problem, man. All right, moving up. We got Brandon Salisbury with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Brandon.
Brandon!
You mean
I
world
missed
famous
bias.
movie producer Brandon Salisbury?
Yeah, Brandon,
Yeah.
dude. Charlie, you were in
Hey,
one of
young
his
Brandon.
films. Yeah, that's good. Our good friend Brandon.
Yeah, we'll read it though. Hey everyone, just stopping in to say hi to everyone. Wishing everyone else. Miss you, Charlie, Andrew, JJ Corey, and everyone. Keep up the great work.
Hey, thank you very much, man. And I probably should, because
Miss you too, Brandon.
Brandon did the George A. Romero's Resident Evil documentary, which was fantastic. And also, Charlie, I'm going to throw it up to you because you were in a film with Brandon, and if you'd like to talk about that a little bit to kind of let people know what it is and when.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we made just an indie horror film together, and Brandon is the producer, and Tom Robineau is the director and cinematographer on it. And it's called Whistle to the Maples. And it's basically like a horror film with a kind of a supernatural twist. And I play a character named Carl, who's, pretty much as different from Chris Redfield as you possibly could be.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it at that. But
Well, he's a nice guy.
sure. And we filmed it all in like in the area where Tom's from in Pennsylvania. And it's premiered. They premiered it at Creature Feature Weekend not that long ago, just like a couple of weeks ago. And they're still, I think, tweaking it. They're going to maybe keep it in the editing bay for a while.
Okay.
And I think they've already had some offers, for distribution, but they haven't chosen which distributor they're going with yet. So I don't know when it's coming out exactly, and I don't know if it's just going to be a physical release, if it's just going to be streaming, or if it's going to have a theatrical or physical release. I don't know any of those things yet, but I'm hoping that you'll be able to see it in some form, sometime in the next few months.
Very cool.
I hope. And there's some one-liners in there that are going to be pretty funny, like pretty unforgettable.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I've everything that Brandon showed me looks really exciting. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for Charlie's film with Brandon Salisbury. And thank you, Brandon. We got the Biohazard Bros with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Biohazard Bros.
Good to see everyone. Greg, thanks for the gift.
How you going, Biohazard Bros?
Yeah.
Yep.
He said thanks for the gifts.
I was talking to those guys last week.
Yeah. What can you say what gifts? What was how do you know them? What do they do?
Oh, they do a podcast, and we had a good chat last week, and just on Sunday, I mentioned as much as I could about this without giving anything away. Like, just mentioned very little, but just they were very excited about it.
Yeah.
And they run a podcast, and they were just really guys having a good time, basically. A bit like you guys.
Oh, that's
they were
cool.
just enjoying life, and we had a good chat, and I said, stay tuned to you guys, stay tuned to the Resident Evil guys, because that's where you find out all the information.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna have to check that. I love
I let one thing slip about the script, and that my dog loved it, and he ate it.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that happened.
Greg's dog ate his homework. Wild, dude. That's funny.
That's hysterical.
You can't make that up.
Yeah, no, they're good guys, the bros.
And you're a teacher too,
Yeah.
Was.
You were.
Yeah, right? How the hell does that happen?
Yeah. If it was now, I'd never yelled at it. I just found that I was going through the cupboard.
It's karma, Greg. It's all those kids that
I just found my old.
Put your personal
business
information.
card.
Just kidding. I don't think we can see it.
How you gotta think? How many kids did you put into detention or suspension because they gave you that excuse? This many years later.
When I was a teacher, I said, "That's not good enough. You've got to look after things. This is about learning to look after your belongings."
Right.
And then he went and did it.
This guy.
Yeah. We got Elkanoth with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Elkanoth, for your support. He says, Row Squad hype. Much love, everyone. Thank you, man. We got Dragon Fury 3000 with a €2 super chat. Thank you very much for that support. He says, where's Barry? I think it's where's Jill now. I think we switched it, right? We got, yeah, Killian with a €6 super chat. Thank you, Killian. The residents are looking evil tonight. I think he said we all look evil. That's not nice. Unbelievable. Try to work on ourselves, but God, I'm just kidding. We got the Biohazard Bros again with another $2 super chat. Thank you again. Did zombies get Greg? He's been gone for a while. We were worried about you earlier, Greg.
I had to get a cup of coffee, and I had a visitor, and then when I went out, I need to go. Yeah, I had to do a couple of things. The next thing, I realised I was suffering from coffee deprivation.
We were just looking out for you, Greg, but we're glad you're back and you're safe, and that's all that matters. Biohazard Bros again with another $5 super chat. Appreciate that. Hey, Greg, it's Kenjira. Glad to see you again. Can't wait for the gifts to get here, and we enjoyed your company. And to everyone else, thanks for everything. That was very nice. Very nice.
Who was that? That was the
Kenjira.
Yep.
You know him, her. Yeah. We got Dragon Fury 3000 with €5. Thank you. You guys should visit Shinji Mikami sometime at Japan Expo or something. I agree.
Oh, I'd love to.
Yeah,
I'd love to. Get us an invite.
Yeah, get them in. The thing is, we did meet with Mikami, and we showed him that awesome video that you guys and Andrew put together, and his face lit up seeing all you guys do that. That was like the nicest thing ever, and he was so excited to the point where they had another interview right after us, and they're like, they're gonna have to wait because Mikami's enjoying this so much because of your guys' video.
Yeah.
That was super cool.
Good. And I think he looked really happy when he saw us then and now as well. Like I could see him laughing, going, "Oh yeah."
Yeah. I think it'd be
I'd like to
amazing.
think you remember this, but I don't think he did.
Yeah, he remembered you guys. He was having such a good
Yeah,
time.
he remembered all of you quite well.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he really appreciated that video you guys put together. We got Padraig Fitton with a €5 super chat. Thank you, Padraig. Wanted to thank the OG RE cast. Always will remember incredible cutscene. Were you ever asked to voice the characters in game? And I should point out, because Joe is here now, that a lot of this support came before you came here, so that's why you'll probably see a lot of these geared towards the OG cast. Yeah, it was. Were you ever asked to voice the characters in game?
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
I
They
thought you
voiced
did some. I thought you did some for a different game, Eric.
Oh yeah, but I thought you meant this game.
Yeah, it said.
None of us, I think, have done any voice acting for Resident Evil.
Yeah.
But Eric did some. What was it for?
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid, right?
There
Yeah.
was a volleyball one. There was a soccer one.
No, yeah, I said, look up. Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
there's Sydney.
There's the.
He ate the homework.
That's the dog, dude. That's a culprit. Andrew's got a bone to pick with that dog. Don't let it around Andrew. Andrew will get hurt.
I did some voice acting for arcade games. One of them, I can't remember what they were called, but one of them was like you're a pilot in an airplane and the airplane crashes. I did some voice acting for it was like some kind of experience. It was like back in the early 90s, and it was like a chair that had like speakers in it, and it would vibrate, and it was like an audio experience.
That's pretty cool.
And like you would hear like a vampire like whispering in your ear over here or something, and I did some voice work for something like that.
Wow.
And I was in.
Sure, it wasn't a chair in a love hotel or something.
It could have been, yeah. And I was in there was another video game where it was kind of before they really had motion capture, and it was like some experimental stuff they were doing where I was a knight, with a sword.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you what that was called either.
Okay, so you did a lot more. I didn't know you did all that.
I did a lot
Yeah,
of voice work.
I just wish I could remember what any of it was called, but it's like a long time ago.
I think we should throw that over to Joe. Joe, you want to go through everything you've ever voiced before in your entire life, your entire career?
I would redirect you to my IMDb page. You can see
Smart.
everything that I've been involved with.
Yeah.
Eric, you said you did a lot of voice work.
Yeah, I did for sure. Nothing like Joe, but it was a pretty steady for a lot of years. I mean, there was corporate stuff, and I won a Inter FM DJ contest against 200 people. That was pretty steady.
Crap.
You do have a great voice for radio. I mean, you've got that.
What about my face, Joe? Is
Yeah.
You had a voice for radio. He said it, a voice for radio. You weren't listening.
I don't know you well enough, Eric, and frankly, you're much buffer than I am. I don't want to make you angry.
I'm an assassin, man. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, so yeah, it was funny that was the final was live, and there was 5 people, and we had this little mixing setup with the CDs at the time, and we were in and out of a couple different songs and say some, I don't know, we had 45 seconds or something, and then the winner would be called. And I didn't know how to use the stuff that well, so no matter what, I played Mariah Carey. So everything was like, and here's Mariah Carey, and and this next one's a Mariah Carey, and and I was sweating bullets, but I rolled with it and made it whatever. I just what are you gonna do? And everybody laughed, and I think that's why I won. But anyway, no, I did a lot of voice stuff. Tipness. Remember Tipness, Charlie?
I remember Tipness. Yeah, like a fitness gym. Yeah.
I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff like NHK, the English, business English, and
All right.
Mazda. I got the one edition I got paid to do, which was unusual, but it was down to me and a Japanese guy, and all we were saying was Mazda, and they wanted halfway between American Mazda and Japanese Mazda. I don't know, you probably pronounce it better than me, but so I said Mazda, I swear to God, or whatever version of it, 100 times at least. And Joe, maybe you can speak to this, but if you say one word enough times, you don't even know what it means anymore. And and you're so lost, you're just like, Mazda, I fucking. Anyway, I didn't get the job, but
yeah, not with that attitude.
It's called semantic satiation.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Semantic satiation.
Anyway, so a little bit of everything, which was fun. That was a fun part of doing this kind of work in Japan. Was just the variety, and so you could end up in some far-flung place with in a bus of people, and and go do something interesting. So that was, whether it was voice or on camera or whatever. So yeah, it was. I mean, it was a good 7-8 year run. And Charlie was in the industry as well, and he was on the, he was an agent as well. So obviously but we did see each other quite a bit. So anyhow, it was good times.
Yeah.
I didn't do much. I was only there for a year. I was a pro wrestler.
Oh yeah.
I did a pro wrestling, couple of things from a pro wrestling program.
Oh my God, I hear these stories.
Didn't get to wrestling. I went to walk around a pair of budgie smugglers with a pair of riding boots, cowboy boots on.
Just like any day of the week, basically.
Right, just like we share a room, Charlie. Yeah. And I also got to go. I was the soapies in Japan like to have a gaijin in there somewhere, like and I looked pretty gaijin. I had a foreigner, I had a red beard and whatever else, and so I got to do a lot of party scenes. It wasn't allowed to eat the food, and it wasn't really beer. It was imitation beer, and the food kind of sat there. And I did the party scenes, like walk in, walk out. I remember once my wife was doing it with me, and we walked in, walk out, and the director comes with, no, she doesn't look enough like your wife, and took her off me and gave me someone else. And that was pretty cool. And my wife was a bit upset about that. Then I was Santa Claus as well once. Santa Claus, yeah, but you couldn't tell because I had a big beard and hair and everything. But yeah, Santa Claus. But I didn't do that much.
Were you Australian Santa Claus? Because
no, Santa Claus in Santa Claus in Japan.
Oh, I see. Right. Of course.
Santa Claus is different in Australia. I mean, obviously he doesn't dress as warmly, but I mean, what?
Yeah, isn't he like with shorts and a Hawaiian t-shirt?
No, Santa Claus in Australia wears the full gear. You die in it, like you're sweating, like it's just you take it off when you strip off, and you're just soaked because we still wear the boots, the belt. Australians are stupid. We still do a European Christmas. Like we have food for lunch. We go right into it. And, you wear a Santa suit in Australia. It's in the middle of winter, so it's like 40 degrees Celsius, which is like 100 degrees Fahrenheit in this Santa suit, and you're dying.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be horrible.
Hey, Joe, I want to ask you, I told this story before, you other gentlemen may remember, but so it was Metal Gear Solid, a video game, and I was doing sounds, dying sounds in particular. And I'm in the studio, right? And there's a couple guys smoking cigarettes with black ponytails and, telling me what to do. And I look at a storyboard, which was just jibber jabber, who knows. And the guy leans in and pushes the button. He says, "Okay, now is 2 minutes before dying." And so I went, whatever. And he goes, no, 2 minutes before dying. Like, that was 30 seconds. What are you doing? You idiot. You know what I mean? And I had to apologize. 2 minutes. And I don't know. That's just right. I mean, if what's 2 minutes before dying?
Anything could happen in 2 minutes. You could.
Oh, right, exactly. And you can't look it up in the book or something. So whatever his concept of 2 minutes before dying was vastly different than what I did. But eventually, after a few tries, I got it right. But that was I remember being scolded for my interpretation of it. Anyway.
Well, that is doing hit sounds and damage sounds and stuff like that is the funnest thing about doing voiceover, I have to admit. doing all that last day session. They always do it on the last day to save your voice. It's the give me 5 levels of being punched in the face.
Exactly.
You gotta.
No, 5 levels, Joe. 5 levels.
Don't you know?
Yeah, it's kind of that lost in translation sort of thing, I guess.
Very
Like,
much so, yeah.
when you're dealing with a Japanese director or producer. But what about you, Joe? Were you directed by a Japanese person when you did the
Yes. Yeah.
Resident Evil voiceovers?
My memory is of it being Shinji and another Japanese gentleman in the booth with Carol, who was the casting person, and Carol Rougier was the casting person, and she was in the booth with those guys, and so they had an interpreter, and then so the directors would talk to the interpreter would talk to Carol, and she would then tell me what to do in the booth.
Oh, so you had three layers.
Three layers, and I have no idea if I did anything that they actually wanted me to do. But
yeah, that's tough because it's the telephone game, between those 3 layers. So it's like, and then it makes you look bad because
you're not getting it. You're not getting to what
they're not getting what they asked for, but they didn't ask you what they wanted, basically.
Right.
So.
No, the thing is, I don't have a memory of that being a difficult gig. My memory is that it went pretty smoothly the entire time. We got through. I think we shot 4 days of 4 days of voiceover and 1 day of hit sounds and running, breathing, all those extra little things that you do. That was the entire.
Did you have to just use your imagination, or did they show you what the gameplay looked like?
The only visuals that I had were for Plant 42 because they had already done the animation for the plant, and since I'm voicing, Chris is being thrown around in the by the plant, so they showed me video, and then I had to watch him being thrown and time the voiceover to him like going to being him slamming into the floor or whatever he was into. That was the only thing that they had video reference for.
So everything else you just had to kind of use your imagination.
Yeah, and this is also, it was early enough in video game voiceover history where you didn't do anything with anybody else. Everything was recorded separately. You never met the other. I didn't meet the other actors for the game until we did our first group live stream on the Crimson Head Elder podcast, and that was 2014, I think. 12 years later, we finally met all the people.
That's wild.
And did you do it in LA, or where were you?
Yeah, that was at Sound Deluxe in Hollywood, which no longer exists. They burned it after we did our game. They burned down the studio and salted the ground so that no other voiceover could take place in that.
Wow. Hey, did any of you guys ever get, I'm sure you probably did, but it's kind of the lost in translation experience where, you get direction from usually a translator, and, you can hear the director say, "Kanajo, mo chotto achira ni itte, mo genki de itte kudasai," something, something long in Japanese, right? And then the translator comes over and says, "More faster."
Right. Yeah.
Like, and then you just gotta roll with it, whatever. And then they're disappointed, and you're not surprised. Anyway, that always cracked me up, because that was pretty common, that kind of thing.
Just kind of, in a nutshell, here's what he said.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. Or he'd say, "Oh, good," just one word or so, smile, more smile. That's what he said.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
was
leave you guys soon.
I was sometimes the guy that was the translator, and I would do my best at it.
Okay.
But
I'm sure you did well, but
sometimes I wouldn't understand 100% what they were saying, and I'd be like too embarrassed to ask them, because I was still young, and it was like, I'm there to do a job, and like I should know, but some words in Japanese were just too difficult for me sometimes. And so
You're fluent in Japanese, aren't you?
I'm fluent, but I didn't, I
Yes.
didn't go through the Japanese school system, and so sometimes it would just be a little bit above my head, but I would just kind of think about the context and just kind of
Make it up. You made it up, Charlie. Come on.
sometimes I would just like take my best guess, and obviously if they didn't like it, they could just do another take,
Yeah.
and then if it came down to it, I would just be like, I would just admit it. Okay, I don't really understand what you meant. Can you say it,
And at the end of the
in a
day,
more
you're
simple
gai-
way, please? But
At the end of the day, you're gaijin, so I mean,
right,
Yeah. Ibaka.
yeah. But
I'm gonna have to go,
yeah.
mate. Guys, I'm gonna have to go.
I think Greg and I are going to go get a beer together.
That sounds fantastic. I'm gonna go with you guys.
Blue
Yeah,
moon. Blue moon.
All
we'll see
right,
you down at the
Miller
top.
Blue moon. Love it.
Through the magic of AI, we're gonna have a beer together.
Greg
Okay,
and
guys, I'm gonna
Joe,
go.
thank you guys for joining.
You guys.
That's all right. Any questions? Any questions for Barry? before-
Yeah, let me see.
before you
Let me
go?
see if I got anything in here for let's see if I got anything. Okay, Joe.
Both of them.
Who left? Oh, Eric left.
Oh, did he bounce?
Yeah, I think he
Oh my
left.
gosh.
I don't know. He just disappeared.
I guess he thought we were all leaving.
Oh, bye, Wesker.
Probably
Eric.
woke up and
Let's see if I got any questions here for you guys. I got a bunch of windows here. Let's see. Okay. All right. So how long will it? Nope. Are they creeping over resurrection? How tall? Oh, do you creeping over return to the world of filming? Just say excited. Nope. This is like group mess, like a lot of group questions here. We got a ton of group questions. Yeah, nothing in particular for
Okay.
Greg. It's more just like as a whole, right? Let's see here. Oh, Greg, I saw you in a pro wrestling ring not too long ago. Are you secretly a pro wrestler with Dragon with a $5 super chat?
no, that was giving out that was in Milwaukee, wasn't it, Charlie? We gave out the belt to the winner,
Yeah.
Johnny Cass.
We were supposed to like both get in the ring and give him his belt for being the champion, and
Yeah.
I think I was like, I'll be right back, and I didn't make it back in time, so Greg was the only one that gave him the belt. But yeah, it was I think a really, really special thing for him. That guy, his name is John. To get the championship belt from his childhood hero.
Amazing. Wow.
I will say
It was
though,
very fun.
Greg, you do have a
It was-
mean Jill sandwich. When you put me in that headlock, dude, I almost fell asleep. I might have died. And then last one for you because I know you got to bounce. But Dragon with a $2 super chat says, "Can you guys flex your guns for them? They wanna see guys you're shredded.
Ugh.
Look at them. God damn. I don't got nothing."
The closer I get into the camera, it looks bigger.
That's how
That's
you
why
do
I'm
it.
pick-
It looks tiny.
Yeah. No, it's you guys good shape. Yeah, dude.
I'm trying to get in shape for the film in August.
Trying to too, but these 12-ounce curls aren't doing it, man. All right, but
Yeah, I've been trying to do some running, and but it was really painful the next day after running. So then I've been doing more like fast walking and trying to like work my way because I hate
Something.
running.
yeah.
Yeah,
Awful.
I'm not a runner. Never
Um,
have.
Walking's better for you. It doesn't damage your body when you're our age, Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of walking, and I've been trying to kind of eat a little more healthy and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
see if I can.
Get a Labrador. They like walking every day. Get a Labrador.
Yeah, I wanted to like get some, like boxing lessons or something.
That'd be fun.
Because that would be like a fun way to get in shape. But
That's
then
good.
I had to
It's hard
come.
work.
Yeah.
I had to come here to Japan all of a sudden, so just kind of left to just whatever I can do on my own. But I'll try and work on it a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. But
Okay.
Joe and Greg, if you
I'm gonna
guys
have to go.
Yep.
AJ,
what's that?
I'm gonna have to go, mate.
Yeah, if you guys
Yeah,
gotta go,
Barry,
just thank you
go.
so much for being here, and the community. Thanks you
Thanks,
guys. Community, let's get those Barry Burtons and those Chris Redfields
Yeah,
for
come
Joe
on,
and
community.
Greg. What's that?
There's lots of Barry fans out there. Get me there.
Yeah, you heard them here. Yeah, get them to you guys. You know, let them know. Talk to your conventions. But thank you guys so much for joining, and I hope Resurrections crowdfunding is a success, because I cannot wait to be part of that project with you guys. I think it's gonna be amazing. So thank you guys.
That's what I meant. Get the money into you guys to get us to the movie.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
that's what he meant.
Get the
Okay, that
film
makes
happening.
sense. But thank you
Go
for
make
I
the
will
campaign.
yeah.
If anyone's out there from a Comic-Con and they want Charlie, myself, and Eric, give us a call. Let us know.
Yeah, there you go. And thank you guys for being amazing. Thank you for being our heroes, and have a good rest of your weekend, guys.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right, see you guys.
Mine.
Wow, what the hell is that little hand? He's got a tiny hand. All right.
Ciao.
See you, Joe.
Awesome. That was so cool that they joined us. I love how Eric just thought everybody was leaving and just dipped without saying bye. Oh, Charlie left too? I didn't know he was
Charlie-
leaving. He pulled the Eric. Yeah, we'll have to let Eric and
I mean,
Charlie.
to be fair, they've been on here for like.
Yeah, they gotta go. I would have said goodbye to them too. I just didn't know they were leaving. But we'll let them know later that we just didn't know we would have said our goodbyes to them.
Yeah. I guess Linda's still stuck at work,
So there's a chance she still might appear.
I wouldn't count on it. It's
Okay.
probably. I mean, if she's still at work, it's probably super late where she's at.
Yeah.
So-
Corey fell asleep. I was wondering, I was like, gonna go out there and figure out where the hell Corey went. He went out there and fell asleep on the.
Well, you guys streamed like
Yeah, we were-
15 hours yesterday.
And we hung out with Tony after the after party, and we just hung out with him till like 4 in the morning. So we were so tired, huh? You stayed up till 8 a.m. Oh my god. I think before I begin playing anymore, I just want to catch up with everything. I want to say thank you guys all for coming by, and we got a ton of support. So I'm gonna tear through these, and I apologize that I could not read your questions to them. I did not know that Eric and Charlie were leaving too. I was gonna save those questions and then just ask them. So sorry. I mean, like I said, between chatting, letting them talk, I never want to interrupt. Playing the game, trying to keep up with chat, it was just really difficult to like interject all these questions. I wanted to, but you understand. So we got Goblin Grundle with a $2 super chat. Thank you for your support. Please check the painting of the chubby woman. That must have been way back, man. Sorry I didn't check the painting of the chubby woman. Dragon with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Dragon. Greg, Eric, Charlie, can y'all flex your guns? I did read that. Carlos, member for 4 months. Bravo team, thank you for almost half a year. Resident Evil is the best game ever. I agree. Hit like if you agree. Damian Keep with a very generous $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Damian. Now here's a weird fucking door. Shout out to the wonderful crew of Resident Evil and Row. RE crew, thanks for making my childhood amazing. You guys all rock. Can't wait to see Resurrection, love Keeper's Diary, and Shave JJ wins the day. Hey, I appreciate that because my self-esteem really took a dive with that beard. But thank you so much, man. We just appreciate being part of this community and that you guys give us, the ability to do these amazing things. So thank you. Road team member Beggy Bag with a very generous $20 super chat. Thank you, Beggy. She's not here with us, but if she would like to join, Andrew, can you send her over the link so she can jump in? Because it would be nice to hear.
Yeah.
She's the one who's writing this, so it'd be nice to hear her. She says,
Yeah, give me 2 seconds.
Yep. Hi, everyone. Just had to say in advance of Resurrection's crowdfunding campaign in May, thank you dearly for every single dollar that you contribute. Andrew and I have been working at this pretty much nonstop for 16 months plus. Yeah, you guys have been grinding out. And a lot of people are doing a lot of things, but between you and Beggy, you guys are doing the absolute most for this project. So, yeah. Shout out to Andrew and Baggy on that. And thank you, Baggy, for that. We got Dragon with a $5.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay. Dragon with a $5 says, Greg, I saw you in a pro wrestling ring not too long ago. We did read that. And MJ1 with a $5 super chat. Thank you, MJ1. Glad we got Barry, and I understand it would have been silly back then, but given how things advance now, should RE get the cyborg character Gelzer now? I don't think so. Personally, I don't think so. I think they should have did away with that, and I was a little upset that was in Village. Not upset, just kind of like, all right, let's not go too far into this. But, if you're asking me, I would say it was cool, and I would love to see him put into a fan game, but I don't know if I'd want to see a half robot, half man RoboCop in a Resident Evil game. I could see it, though. It could happen. It already has kind of happened.
RoboCop,
Robo Evil.
dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Yeah, Judge, Jury, Executioner. That's a different movie. All Might with a $10 super chat. Thank you for your support. Love you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Find Inez. We try. We try so hard, man. Maybe one day she'll come around to it, but I think we know people that talk to her, and she just does. She appreciates that the community wants her back, but she has kids and a family, and she's doing something completely different. She just wants to be out of the spotlight. You know, I can respect that.
Yeah, I don't see anything happening with that ever in our lifetime.
Yeah, unfortunately. It is what it is. Dragon Fury with Dragon Fury 3000 with the €5 super chat. Thank you, Dragon Fury. Keeper's Diary is proof of great talent behind a talented director. You deserve all the support you can get, man. Yeah, that was nice to say about Andrew.
Thank you.
I agree. Yeah, you're doing great, man. Everybody appreciates what you're doing, Andrew.
I try.
Yeah. Okay, so did Beggy say she was interested in joining?
She said she can hop on soon.
Cool.
I
I'll
sent
keep
her the
playing then.
link.
I'll keep playing. I didn't know if we got more guests joining. I'll keep on going. If you guys like it too, hit that like button. We did just hit the like goal, so massive thank you to all of you. Because of that, I am now going to gift out 5 Rose Squad memberships. I'm going to close my poll out too because I guess they're not here to ask questions.
What were did we even get any? I don't even know.
We did, but they were group questions, and now none of them are here, and I didn't know they were all leaving. Otherwise, I would have tried to get to some more of them. Sorry. I do apologize. I didn't, just kind of go with the flow.
No, I mean, yeah. Once they get talking.
Yeah. And I like their
it's been
stories.
like 2 hours. It's kind of hard to get them to stay in one place for that amount of time.
Fair enough, dude. They're not playing, so I can see how that would, But this question's for you, I guess. Samuel says, how long will it take to film Resurrection, Andrew?
I wish we had more time than we did, but we don't. But it'll be 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. You got a pretty strict schedule there, huh?
It'll be tight.
It'll be tight. We can do it, though. If we can't do it, we'll figure it out.
Yep.
We got another question here. Just want to say, except for Resurrection, Andrew, what are your current challenges this early in the project, except for enduring JJ and Corey? Hey, it's the other way around. We have to endure Andrew.
What are the current challenges?
Yeah.
Oh my god! If you only knew the half of it.
Yeah, we'll tell him. That's why he's
Literally
asking.
everything.
All right, I'm closing
Everything.
Everything? I'm closing all questions.
Yeah. Just dealing with union and non-union stuff, and dealing with production insurance, and trying to get 70 people on the same page, and trying to keep the budget low, dealing with this, dealing with that. This pops up, I have to fix it, and then that pops up, I have to fix that.
All right, we get the point, Andrew. No, just kidding.
You got to account for every single little thing, like how many particles of dust are going to be in this room, how much particles of dust do they cost, is it cost efficient to have that many particles? It's like just stupid stuff.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
And I say particle dust as a parody of just because it's like the most minute thing.
Yeah.
You have to worry about. You have to worry.
There's a lot that goes in, especially, the biggest thing for me is like when you do get it funded, you are, that is other people's money. That's a lot of responsibility, and a lot can happen during, a filming, a lot of things that you don't anticipate for. But I feel like between your experience and what you do for your work and the Keeper's Diary and how much talent and planning is going into this, like I feel like this team is ready for those different obstacles that come up, and we can adapt. We've been there, done that. I mean, you in particular, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, and then there's the whole copyright stuff, which I think will be okay. Like it's a fan doesn't we. I understand that we can get shut down at any point, and we're at the mercy of, elitists in our world,
companies
like
and stuff.
we
Yeah,
are at their will. I can't do anything about that.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I feel like we're very careful, and we're not for profit. It's a fan film. Like we make these things very clear.
Yeah.
And again, I understand that doesn't matter, and we can get shut down at any point, but that's always a constant lingering thing on your mind is like, we got to be careful, do our best to try and not make that happen.
Yeah.
At least, So
I'm fighting a boss
there's
right
that.
now.
What?
I'm fighting a boss right now. This fucking door
The
puzzle.
code box?
It's the hardest puzzle in the game, dude.
Yeah, I always have to Google the code box numbers.
Yeah, they gave it to me in the chat, but it wasn't it. I think they lied to me. Chat lied to me. They're turning against me, dude. They make me shave my face. They make my cousin get stupid dodo bird hair, and then they give me the wrong puzzle combinations. Yeah, Corey said, yeah, he can hear over in the other room.
Yeah. Andrew seems burnt out. Yeah, you don't even.
His life, dude. He's
You only
used
knew.
to it.
If you only knew.
If you only knew. We got more support. We got 8 Sam with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for that support. Says crazy how RoboCop was originally supposed to be a Judge Dredd film. I did not know that.
I didn't either.
That's wild. Judge, Jury, and Executioner. So it kind of fit that I said that. Hell yeah, dude. It's great. Both great films. Dragon Fury 3000 with a €2. Thank you. Relax, Andrew. You got this. Don't tell him what to, I mean, that was a nice thing that you said. That was a nice thing.
I don't have time to relax.
Yeah, he doesn't have that, whatever that word is. He doesn't have that luxury. Relax.
Yeah.
Dan Whitey Dan White with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Dan White. If you were placed into a Resident Evil universe, would you survive? And would you be in a group or go out by yourself? That's a great question.
I feel like I would linger away by myself or with a very small group of people.
I'll probably die. I'll probably like try to do something heroic that's really dumb, trip and fall and maybe hit my head on the wall or something. Won't even die by like a zombie or in any cool way. It'd just go out like very like, oh, that was it? All right. Okay. All right. So what are we going to do, group, to get out of here now that he's dead? Don't worry, I'll save the day. Trip, boom, dead.
Here he comes to save the day.
Why was that song playing when he showed up? It was very anticlimactic. Try 215. All right, thank you. Someone wants to join. Whoever could it be?
Beggy.
Yep. All right, everybody, let's welcome road team member Beggy Beg, who is writing Resurrection. How's it going, Beg?
Hi, it's going well. I'm excited to chat with you guys. I've been hanging out a little bit, but it's been a pretty fun stream, it looks like. So, how's it going for you?
Been great. A lot of really good conversation between the crew, and then they just all bailed without saying bye.
That's always nice.
Yeah. Beggy, tell us some of your challenges writing the script for Resurrection.
Oh boy. This has been written like 1.5 million times, and it's had the same core sort of structure, all of those drafts.
Yeah.
But it has changed and transformed and morphed, and it's gotten so much more concise and fast and exhilarating, honestly. So it's had so many different evolutions at this point, and I wanted to say that it's absolutely astonishing and like completely unprecedented how much just like one opportunity can make someone want to learn to write in a new medium. Because I haven't written for screen before this opportunity.
Yeah.
I was just almost entirely like short stories, essays, sometimes poetry, but not usually. Usually that kind of stuff that's just like simply on the page, just to be read and imagined, not to be adapted to a screen or anything like that. So Resurrection quite literally urged me more than any other singular thing in my life up to this point to learn screenwriting, as it is its own craft, and it has its own archaic format. It has all of this other stuff going on. Everything that is important about writing for short stories and novels is very much different for screenwriting. It's very much about being frugal, being very deliberate with your word choice, getting to the point fast, conveying things with the minimum of input. And I think that has been its own learning process, but it's been incredibly exciting. We've just had very big plans. We've been aiming very high with this entire thing. And so when you ask about like what are some challenges with writing or production and stuff, it's the biggest challenge I think is trying to satisfy all of us as creatives with our final product.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a huge huge sort of goal. Like that's a very ambitious kind of goal. What we're trying to bring to life, what was originally just in the realm of ideas that we're trying to make an actual concrete series, a limited series,
Yeah.
is trying to absolutely win in so many different regards that we haven't really done before. A lot of people are doing stuff like with the Keeper's Diary that they are doing the first time for Resurrection. So for example, it was like testing the waters with the Keeper's Diary, folks producing, folks doing VFX work, amazing work by Luis on the Hunter and VFX models and such. Now there's all of that, and there's a lot of new folks stepping into new roles. But it's just the scope of it all is just literally like 4 or 5 times larger, greater than the Keeper's Diary. There's just so much to account for. And it's funny because like prior to this, like if you had asked me exactly what a producer does on like a film project, I wouldn't be able to give you like a solid answer, right?
Yeah.
But now, after having kind of like done that with Andrew and with like Andy and a couple of other folks, I have to say it is like one of the most nerve-wracking, challenging like positions in film. Like I think it was so funny the other day. I was saying like before I knew what this was and like looking at it from the outside in, like a producer, okay, cool, they must do some cool stuff. I kind of had this thought like, why would anyone ever in their right mind ever want to be a producer? Like what is here that is not frightening and require you to manage a million variables and like contact so many different businesses to get what you want from them, and getting people to like do exactly what you want them to do is like its own challenge. So it's it's definitely been like urging this evolution in all of us in all of our individual roles, and I think that's really incredible. So it's demanded a lot of change and it's demanded a lot from us, but I'm really hoping like people understand this is something huge on the character writing front. When we watch stuff like Degeneration, when we watch stuff like Death Island or any of the live action movies, there are, like all of the things that we enjoy about Resident Evil sometimes.
Yeah.
But oftentimes, what I always thought was lacking is there's not that many very specifically tailored arcs for the character. There's not a lot of scenarios that are written like directly around testing what that character is struggling with. And that's what this is. That's what this aims to do. It specifically tests what these characters are grappling with on a fundamental level. And I think that's like what people can really look forward to with this. So
damn, Baggy, take a breath. No, I'm just kidding. Well said. Well said. But yeah, it definitely is a massive undertaking, and you've learned so much and you've improved so much. And I think the final outcome of what you were able to write, I think people are really going to enjoy. And that's a massive undertaking, right? Because you're not making something you'd like to see, but it's what, the majority of everybody would like to see. And now you can't please everybody. But I feel like you found a really great balance to please the majority of people, right?
Right. Because that when you ask anyone in chat, any of these 623 people, what their conception of Resident Evil is, you will get similar but different answers.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I thought was really fascinating about this project is it absolutely demands that you take the pieces of Resident Evil that you think and that you are going to communicate are inseparable from Resident Evil. Like they are always basically like a part of Resident Evil. What do you think that is, right?
Yeah.
And asking me to do that, I'm someone who's analyzed really all of the novels, had a fun time reading them, had a fun time studying them, trying to like see what elements are absolutely necessary to Resident Evil identities and which ones are just kind of like an evolution of Resident Evil's identity. And we're trying to create something that is approachable from multiple fronts, but that gives you like a character-centric story for Chris and Jill. So that kind of balancing of what do you think is important, what do you think is crucial, and what needs to be here in some form, and how do we reinvent it without deviating too far from what Resident Evil really is? That's like the constant kind of question.
Yeah.
And also playing with what these characters are grappling with later in the franchise, later entries. What would Charlie, Eric, Linda, Greg be grappling with now after all of these years, and kind of bring that into an original story that actually tests what they're grappling with. So, yeah.
What's your favorite part about it that you can talk about?
That I can talk about. I think my favorite part of it is establishing some connection between two types of characters that hasn't really been done in Resident Evil.
Yeah.
It's when I say two types of characters, I mean a specific type of relationship between two types of people, and bringing that together and then using biological pieces to kind of flesh that out and explore what's really going on. Because in this franchise, we've seen a lot of different bioagents taking pieces of people's underlying biology and then measuring them and using them. So for example, in Revelations 2, we have T-Phobos. T-Phobos, it detects whether you have a high quantity of adrenaline and norepinephrine in your bloodstream. So stress and fear, right?
Yeah.
And if you do, then you mutate, which is really messed up because it's like punishing you for being afraid. I think that's like a really dark thing to do. Resident Evil Survivor floats with a similar idea. Now, all of these are actually oriented around finding a certain specimen or a perfect vessel. What if that concept of, hey, if someone feels this certain thing, then a thing happens, a mutation happens? What if that concept was used to build a connection between people instead of mutate someone or tear them apart?
Yeah.
So it's kind of linking that aspect of Resident Evil, like what a specific bioagent does, to, hey, what does this character need right now after 8 mainline entries? What do they need to realize to experience some growth? And that's kind of the approach that we're taking with this.
Okay, yeah, well said. Does anybody in the chat have a question for Beggy about the script of Resurrection? And I want to get a consensus. Are you guys excited for Resurrection? Remember, we can't do it without you guys. So May 1st, when the crowdfunding goes live, are you planning on supporting it? Just to get a consensus, hit 1 in the chat if you are, 2 if you are not. And then I know who to ban. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding, guys. But for real, hit 1 if you're because it would be nice to gauge a consensus on how many people are willing to support. They've put so much time into this, and I think it's going to do great, and I think people are going to love it, but I'm just curious. All right, we already got some people that are willing to support Resurrection when it drops. That is awesome, actually, to see. Holy crap. I bet that makes you guys happy, Andrew and Addie, or Beggy, I should say.
Oh, it absolutely does. Like, it's so difficult to express on any given day at any given time, but this is a story that it draws from the essence of what makes so many great stories of our time amazing. If you look at the stories that you see written hundreds of years ago, so the plays before screen was a thing, before screenplays were a thing, just the plays.
Yeah.
And you take elements from those, the connections between different figures, fathers, sons, families, all that kind of stuff. This was built on top of those fundamental ideas in a way that specifically fits into Resident Evil. And I think there's a lot of potential there to really bring people together over that concept.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of in our blood to a degree. It's like it's in our genes, it's in our collective unconscious to respond strongly to a type of story like this one. So I will say that.
Yeah, well said. Well said. What is she making? She is writing the script for Resurrection. It is an upcoming fan series featuring the original cast of the first Resident Evil game, Greg, Eric, Linda, Charlie, and other actors and voice talent from the Resident Evil series. It's going to follow them. Where are they now, and what are they up to? And there's going to be some new biological outbreak that's going to bring them together, and then they're going to find out that a ghost from their past is back, which you can all guess who that is. Wesker. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be. We just released the announcement video. If you have not seen, it is on the channel. And I like squishing these bees. And if you guys would like to support it, May 1st, we're going to be dropping the crowdfunding. I think Resident Evil fans are going to love it. If I love it, generally, the majority of people here are going to be excited for it. And the talent behind it, you know, Andrew, director, producer, and Baggy is writing the script. There's also a ton of other talent behind it. But it's going to be the most ambitious Resident Evil project I've seen to date from the fans, right? The most ambitious Resident Evil fan project. But yeah, and thank you guys all in the chat for saying that you are willing to support. We appreciate it. Can we say what the goal is? Do we have that 100% locked in yet? Or should we wait till May 1st? May 1st? Yeah, okay.
Wait for like a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're doing a
Wait
little
till
bit
May
more
1st. Okay, just so we can
speculation and then
finalize.
settle, lock it in.
Yeah. I'll just say the goal is going to be a lot higher this time.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
'cause it's a massive scale project.
But it's also a lot longer than The Keeper's Diary. It's about 15 minutes. This one's going to be about an hour. So it's like almost like a fully length feature film. It's 4
Yeah.
parts, right?
It'll be a 4-part mini series, and each episode will be between maybe 10 and 20 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the full runtime is about 5 times or so that of The Keeper's Diary. So it is massively larger, and therefore requires like a few times the amount in terms of funding to actually realize.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna close it out here. I wasn't planning on beating the full game. If I could have done it in 2.5 hours, I would have loved to. But this is more just to hang out with the OG cast, talk about Resurrection, and check out this new mod, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Definitely would like to do another full playthrough of Resident Evil 1 at some point. I would like to play this one, but part of me wants to play the Sega Saturn one because I've never played it. But I just want to say thank you all so much for coming by. Thank you for your continued support. Also, last night was wild. Thank you for that. This was just going to be a fun video to check out the new mod and hang out with the cast and talk about Resurrection. And I just appreciate this community so much for allowing us to live our dream, but also that we're able to now provide content to the Resident Evil community ourselves, you know, via a fan series. So thank you all so much. Before we close it out, Andrew, Beggy, anything you guys want to say?
Just keep an eye out for the campaign when we launch it, and if you're able to help, donate. We'll have perks and stuff that you guys can choose from like last time. You know, either way, we thank you guys for all the support that you give us all the time and making the Keeper's Diary happen to begin with. I know that there's not a whole lot of marketing this time around just because, you know, we don't have that luxury this time, which is why we're trying to do stuff like this.
Yeah.
So,
and
yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, and to what you're saying too, even if you don't have the means to support financially, we understand things are expensive. You know, not everybody does. That's totally fine. But just sharing it, right? Sharing when the crowdfunding goes live, share. Maybe somebody has $1 or $2 to put in. It all adds up, right? So, how about you, Beg? Anything you got to say before we close this one out?
Yeah, ditto. Definitely watch out for early May for the drop of this and share it as much as you can. Tell people about it. It's something truly special. It's not something that we may ever have a chance to do of this scope again. But so the prospect of being able to do it at all is absolutely incredible for us. And you know, this community always kind of blows us away with how generous you guys are, and it's just, you know, it's something that we're excited to see. I will say there's a couple of comments and there's one super chat. Resurrection will have a lot of visual storytelling. Yes, definitely. And then also there was a couple of comments earlier that were saying, don't do the movie versions, don't do the Paul Anderson thing, don't do a hodgepodge. And we fully 100% understand.
Yes.
We are like the furthest distance that you can from trying to do anything like that. This is something that it takes a new bioagent, a new biohazard crisis that operates as its own infection with its own story. And there's a lot going on there, and it stays very close to the science. This story fundamentally reveals to you aspects of human nature, that processes that are going on beneath the surface, and how that comes out in these characters that we love, and how it impacts their lives, and how those faculties and those processes can actually be manipulated. So there's a lot that's going on that stays close to the source material, but also reinvents and sort of stays close to science. It takes that biological approach of like, what is actually going on here? How did this all unfold? How is this biohazard crisis even a thing? And why is this significant to Charlie's character? Why is this significant to any of these folks that we know and love? And so answering those types of questions is what this wants to do. And this is something that can be treated as a sort of unofficial continuation, a sort of follow-up to later events in the series. You've seen a lot of like kind of strife between affiliations in Resident Evil. You've seen units like the BSAA, you've seen units like the Hound Wolf Squad from RE Village. So this is going to be inspired by some of those conflicts, old wounds, and maybe repairing old wounds and mending those relationships. So there's a lot going on, and there's a lot that stays very close to science and biology, and really like the kind of underpinnings of what made the original Resident Evil so fascinating and why people want to manipulate that science and that biology. So I definitely wanted to say that, because that is something that, superficially, someone looking from the outside in, it's like, oh, if you go for a tactical tone, if you have any sort of action and drama with the horror, you run the risk of being close to these movies. But this is absolutely nothing like those movies. There is so much more thought and intention and deliberation with the usage of elements from the series and being inspired by those elements. So
yeah,
just wanted to say that. But yeah,
that's good.
Very long-winded, but yeah, thank you so much, guys, for all this.
Yeah, and I like your pajamas. It looks really cozy. I like the stars on them.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a Rocky cardigan, a little bit.
I will say, just to sign off really quick, I understand that with indie fan filmmakers of any IP, any genre, whether it be Star Wars, Spider-Man, whatever, I understand that there's people that think they can do better than what we're getting in Hollywood right now, that do, and some of the filmmakers don't.
Yeah.
And I see that on YouTube. Like Star Wars Theory obviously is one of them who does a great job. Whatever you think of that Spider-Man Lotus film, maybe not so much. Like, I get there's people that can and there's people that can't.
Yeah.
I'm in the mindset where I think I could potentially, hopefully hit the bar. I'm hoping I did that with Keeper's Diary, and I'm hoping to do that with this. But that's the reason we're doing this, is because it just hasn't been ever done.
Yeah.
And I understand there's people that are fans of the Hollywood films. I'm not one of them. And if you are a fan, that's great. Be a fan of what you like. That's how life is. But I'm sure I speak for a lot of people, and I'm sure I don't speak for a lot of people. Some people think that we never really got a true adaptation in almost 30 years. And there's some people that do. Some people think that the movies really accurately represent the game, but I'm not one of those people. And I feel like there's probably a majority of people who would agree that Hollywood just has never made a real adaptation of Resident Evil. And it sounds like they're going to continue to not make anything Resident Evil related. So it is our goal to hopefully hit that bar.
Yeah.
And we'll see. I aim to, and I just hope it makes everybody happy. And we'll see what happens. But I'll do the best that I can to make that happen.
All right.
So we'll see.
All right, we'll close it out with that. But thank you to everybody who joined us for this. Thank you for this platform and standing behind us all these years and then supporting these projects. We can't thank you guys enough. Remember to stay tuned for Resurrection, a Biohazard story. The crowdfunding goes live May 1st. We'll leave it out here with Chris spazzing out. I turned my controller off, and now I don't know what the hell he's doing. And I did gift out those 5 memberships for helping us hit our like goal. So thank you to everybody who watched. Thank you for sharing this video. Thank you for hitting that like button. To those that went above and beyond and supported, we can't thank you guys enough. You guys are the best. We appreciate you, and we hope to deliver exactly what you want from Resident Evil with Resurrection. So thank you guys all. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we hope to see you back at the Residence of Evil. Good night, everybody.